I can't believe we have to make this commercial.
It's ridiculous.
You'll think it's ridiculous too. Listen to this.
This commercial is about, well, it's about parents being rude at high school athletic events.
Ridiculous, right?
It gets worse. Studies show more than 75% of new high school officials are quitting because of bad adult behavior.
So now there's a shortage of refs here in Idaho, in almost all sports.
No officials means no more games.
Is that what you want for us?
Come on, parents.
It's time to grow up.
Cheer for your team.
Be proud of your children.
But stop being so ridiculous.
And don't make us run another commercial.
Because we will.
This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association, reminding you to always practice good sportsmanship.
Idaho 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits, ownership flexibility ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, K-12 education, and student loan repayment. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org if you would like to learn more.
Let's talk about open enrollment for health insurance. Your Health Idaho's got you covered with all you need to know. Open enrollment is the time of year where you can enroll in or change your health insurance coverage. And Your Health Idaho is the place to go for quality coverage at a lower cost. 25% of enrollees pay $25 or less. Make sure to enroll by December 16th to get covered and save money.
It doesn't matter how you... It's about whatever makes you say to yourself, I am great.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
Good evening and welcome into this IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of the 2024 Idaho High School Football Playoffs. State playoff coverage on IdahoSports.com is presented by Project Filter, Your Health Idaho, Ideal, Idaho's College Savings Program, Valleywide Cooperative, your local Toyota dealers, Dip Fusion Helmet Reconditioning, and the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. We are coming to you live from the Kibbe Dome on the campus of the University of Idaho in Moscow. It is a 2A quarterfinal battle. It's an all-White Pine League District 2 quarterfinal battle. It is the number 6 seed, the Kamiah Cubs at 7-3, taking on the number 3 seed overall, the Kendrick Tigers. They are 8-1. Hi, everybody inside the broadcast booth. Brandon Bainey alongside Tim Silflo and Ty Kep. Tim, this is a Kendrick team that stubbed their toe a couple weeks ago against Logos, cost them the White Pine League championship, but showed no ill effects in last week's 54-0 shutout of Potlatch in the opening round of the playoffs. They've been the walking wounded all year, but they get a couple of big returnees tonight in 2A lineman Carson Hogan and University of Idaho commit Sawyer Hewitt.
Yeah, no, that's just those two names alone right there probably helps Zane sleep a little bit better all week, you know. They did well last week not having those guys on the field and going back to their, stubbing their toe and getting that loss. Sometimes you think maybe that's the best thing for them. Got to, kind of bring these guys back into the reality of we can be beat. Let's fix a few things. Let's get that drive back. And like you said, having Sawyer Hewitt back healthy and Carson Hogan back, that's going to be huge for the Kendrick offense especially.
We'll see what kind of pitch count those guys are on tonight. And speaking of teams that are getting a couple of key players back, Ty, let's take a look at this Kamiah Cubs program. They got a nice win in the opening round last week as well against Glens Ferry in the absolute slop and rain, 56-34 the final. And they get Lawson Landmark back. He's been back the last couple of games, but they really feel like, okay, we can unleash him now. He broke his collarbone in the first game of the season. He's back. Jaden Crow has been out most of the year. He's dressed tonight. We'll see if he plays. Might just be a dressing out thing. We'll see. But really, this Kamiah team rides with its senior quarterback, Dave Clute, one of the most heralded White Pine League players in recent memory. And regardless of what happens here tonight, his football career is coming to a close.
Yeah, he's a great quarterback, very efficient. He's a great leader, very composed. But all around, he leads this team. He's a great athlete as well. He plays both sides of the ball, and everyone talks about him being a great quarterback, but he's a safety as well on defense, and he makes great plays on the defensive side as well. I mean, he has a bunch of interceptions on the year, so that's another team you got to look out for him on the defensive side of the ball as well. He's a great athlete.
And of course, from football, he'll go right into basketball season. He is committed to the College of Idaho to continue his career, and so for Dave Clute, kind of one last ride here in the postseason for a Kamiah team that has been so close. They've had a lot of good bites at the apple the past couple of years. They got to the state semifinals when Clute was a sophomore. They lost to Grace, and now it's in front of them here to try and do what they couldn't do a couple weeks ago, and that is knock off the Kendrick Tigers. These teams met on October 11th, and Kendrick won that battle 56-12. Now, Clute was pretty good. Ended up throwing for over 200 yards and a touch. His only interception of the season, by the way, came against Kendrick. He's thrown like 26 touchdowns to one pick. But the problem was, Ty, Kamiah couldn't run the football, and they're going to need to do that tonight if they want to win.
Yeah, that's one thing they're going to have to do, like kind of what we saw in the last game with Grace. They need to be able to have long drives, get 3 yards, keep that clock running, chew up the clock, keep Kendrick's offense off the field. But we'll see. They might just stick with the passing attack with Clute because he's a smart quarterback. He doesn't turn it off very often or turn it over very often, so we'll see what happens.
Kendrick won the toss and deferred. They will be kicking off. It is Everett Oatman back deep to return. He'll take it on as Squibb at the 20-yard line, right down the middle of the field. Oatman started left, goes back to the right, and will return it out to the 25-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Kamiah Cubs. And we mentioned it, the senior quarterback, Dave Clute, 6'5", 200 pounds, and an absolute specimen. When you look at his season statistics, kind of mind-boggling. He's completing 71% of his passes, 2,117 yards, 32 touchdowns to just one pick. And oh, by the way, 9 rushing touchdowns as well. Yeah, that big 6'5" body, pretty good at the goal line, too.
Yep. And as Ty brought up, going to the defensive side, 6 interceptions as a safety. So, I mean, you look at the productivity Kamiah gets out of him, it's amazing.
1st and 10 for the Cubs. Option play. They pitch it off right side to Everett Oatman. Oatman to the corner will pick up a couple, and that is it. The rest of the Kamiah offense tonight up front on the offensive line. The guards are senior Chris George and sophomore Rylan Skinner. The center is sophomore Damian Ochoa. The tight end is junior Gavin Schoening. The wide receiver is senior Matthew Oatman. 2 running backs, junior Everett Oatman and sophomore Todd Roberts. And Clute, the quarterback. Matthew and Everett Oatman are cousins.
Okay.
We'll be calling that name a lot tonight. Both guys heavily involved in the offense. 2nd and 8. Clute pump fakes, now throws left side. That is complete on an out route, but boy, right where the line of scrimmage was initially, and on the reception for Kamiah that time, looked like it was Lawson. Well, no, double check that.
Yep.
That was.
Yep, Lawson Landmark right there.
Okay, it was Landmark who made that reception. So it is 3rd and 7 after the 1-yard completion. The Kendrick defense, we'll get to it here in just a moment as Kamiah goes a little tempo here. They'll send the back Roberts in motion, and Clute all alone out of a shotgun here on 3rd and 7 from his own 27. Clute taking a deep shot down the middle. Has Everett Oatman. It's caught in stride. The 40 and out to the 35-yard line. Everett Oatman got past the Kendrick defender. That is a gain of 34 yards and a 1st down.
Yeah, shoestring tackle by Colt Kep to save a touchdown right there. Just one more high step out of Oatman, and he's taken that one to the house for sure.
Kamiah not wasting any time here, getting to the line and running 1st and 10 from the Kendrick 35-yard line, 10-10 and counting, opening quarter of action. Clute with 2 receivers to the left, single receiver to the right. Pitch out left side to Everett Oatman. Oatman swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Big hit delivered there by Kendrick defensively. Looked like maybe Wyatt Cook. The Kendrick defense tonight, the defensive line, it's 3 seniors. Brock Boyer and Wyatt Cook are the defensive ends. Caleb O'Brien, the nose guard. 3 linebackers, a senior Xavier Carpenter, junior Colt Kep, and sophomore Orion Stewart. And 2 defensive backs, a pair of juniors, Raleigh Rotsesender and Cade Silflo. Did I say that right?
Yep.
Okay. You know, I've only said it about 50 times, and I'm still nervous about Raleigh Rotsesender. So, loss of a yard on that run by Oatman. It's 2nd and 11. Clute going to keep it this time, and nowhere to go, and loses the ball. It comes out, and Kendrick recovers at the Kendrick 45-yard line. Wyatt Cook brought him down. That ball squirted out of there, and it looked like on the recovery, you guys tell me if I'm wrong, Brock Boyer.
No, I believe it was Orion Stewart, number 26.
Oh, 26, yes, that looks like an 8. Yeah. Orion Stewart. Meanwhile,
Clute went down, what looks like maybe a ankle injury. He did run off the field under his own power, but he doesn't look like he's feeling so good right now.
Oh, that's a tough sight to see if you're a Kamiah Cubs fan, and he did kind of go down awkwardly. I think that's why the ball came out at the end of that run there. So Clute with the fumble ends up losing a yard on the run as well. And now it is 1st and 10 for the Kendrick offense after Orion Stewart recovers the fumble. Kendrick, quarterbacked by a young sophomore by the name of Maddox Kirkland, and this kid can really spin it. I mean, we're talking in the booth here with one of the all-time greats from Kendrick High, Ty Kep, but we'll get his assessment of his apprentice here. On 1st and 10, they hand off right side. Nowhere to go that time for Sawyer Hewitt, the All-State running back who is back tonight. So the Kendrick offense tonight up front on the offensive line, it is Brock Boyer and Carson Hogan up front, along with Wyatt Cook, the senior. The wide receivers are Raleigh Rotsesender and Cade Silflo, and then Sawyer Hewitt, the junior. The running back is senior Xavier Carpenter, and Maddox Kirkland, the sophomore, at quarterback. So Sawyer Hewitt loses 2 yards. It is 2nd down and 12 for Kendrick from their own 43-yard line. Nearly bobbled that handoff. Carpenter just got his hands on it across the 50 to the 49-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 4 here for the Tigers. So that's a nice run of 8 yards for the tailback for Kendrick that time. The Kamiah defense tonight, the defensive ends are sophomore Rylan Skinner and junior Everett Oatman. Chris George is the senior nose guard. The linebackers are sophomores Damian Ochoa and Todd Roberts. And in the secondary, juniors Gavin Schoening and Matthew Oatman, and the senior Dave Clute. Carpenter, the call again on 3rd and 4. He is going to be a yard shy of the 1st down marker. Tim, 4th and 1. Ball is at the Kamiah 46-yard line. Probably go for it.
You're going for it. Yeah, you're going for it. Probably come in, but you're going to see a hard count here, and you're probably going to either run a quarterback sneak or something right back to Xavier Carpenter.
See if Kamiah jumps on a hard count here potentially. 4th and 1, 8:10 to play opening quarter. No score yet. Opening drive for Kendrick. Kirkland, the hard count gives to Sawyer Hewitt up the middle, and Hewitt's got the 1st down up to the 40-yard line. They needed 1. They end up getting 6 with Hewitt, and they moved the sticks. Kendrick in the home black uniforms with the white pants tonight. Orange trim down the sides, those shiny chrome orange and black helmets. They kind of look like, what's a good comparison for what they'd look like, guys? What do you think?
Cincinnati Bengals, man. I mean, if you change Cincinnati's helmet, they look like the Bengals jerseys.
Yes. And for Kamiah, white jerseys, white shorts, maroon stripe down the sides, maroon letters and numbers, maroon helmets. They kind of look like my Montana Grizzlies a little bit there with the white and maroon. 1st and 10. Kirkland has time. Going deep for Hewitt. It is in and out of the fingertips inside the 5-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 10. I like the home run call there, Tim.
Yep,
and
yep.
Sawyer Hewitt just a little rusty after missing.
Yeah.
He missed, 3 or 4 games?
Yeah, 3 or 4 games. And, I'm sure he's still – that's probably lingering in the back of his head that he's, been battling a hamstring. And but, yeah, I think that's a great first down play. Just go for it. You leave yourself a 2nd and 10. Very manageable for this Kendrick offense.
So 2nd and 10 for the Tigers following that incomplete pass. Ball is at the Kamiah 40-yard line. Kirkland pitches it to Carpenter right side to the 30. Has blockers the 20. Finally banged down inside the 15. Down to around the 14-yard line. That is a pickup of 26 yards and a first down.
Carpenter went head-to-head there with Dave Clute. It's good to see he's back out on the field. And looks still maybe a little ginger on that ankle, but it's nice to see him back out there running around making plays.
Yep.
They mark him down at the 12, so that is a gain of 28 yards there for Carpenter. And these two programs historically do a lot of winning in the playoffs. We'll tell you just how successful they've been after this next play. It is 1st and 10 from the 12. Carpenter inside the 10, refusing to go down, and we'll see where they mark it on forward progress. Looks like maybe the 8-yard line and a pickup of 4. Kendrick all-time school history in the playoffs, guys, 35-17. 24 playoff appearances, 17 of those have ended with appearances in the semifinals, and of course 6 championships in school history. Kamiah, 22-20 in the playoffs. They've actually bettered Kendrick. 25 playoff appearances for Kamiah to 24 for Kendrick. They've been in the semifinals 11 times in their history, and they have 4 championships in school history. So, Ty, when you talk about program pedigree, in North Idaho, Kamiah Kendrick, it's about as good as it gets.
Yep, 2 historically great programs going at it right now, so should be a good one.
2nd and 6, pitch out to Hewitt, left side, makes a man miss and takes it into the end zone for the 8-yard touchdown. Sawyer Hewitt, pitch on the left, made one man miss, and that's all the speed back needs, Ty.
Yep, yes. I bet he's happy to get the ball right there and score, bring it in, but that's good for him coming back off that injury.
Well, speaking of the success of these programs, there's an assistant coach standing on the Kendrick sideline. That's a big part of Kendrick's success. That was a very big part of Kamiah's success. Might also have a banner hanging up here on this end zone. Ken Hobart.
The Kamiah Kid.
The Kamiah Kid.
Man, that's just one of the all-time great nicknames for sure. 2-point conversion. Kirkland will keep it and will be denied. That was a great tackle there from Kamiah. Rylan Skinner came up and made the tackle, and so Kendrick stuck on 6 here with 6:09 to play in the opening quarter of action. And Ty, let's go ahead and thank some of our great sponsors tonight.
Alrighty. CHS Primeland, a division of CHS Inc., is an ag retail and grain handling cooperative in Lewiston, Idaho, and the surrounding area. CHS Primeland would like to wish both the Kendrick Tigers and Kamiah Cubs the best of luck in the state football playoffs. If you can feed it, farm it, fence it, fuel it, or fertilize it, you can find it at CHS Primeland. Revora Estate Vineyards and Winery is owned by 3 generations of the Hewitt family and is located in a short drive from Lewiston, Idaho. Plan a day trip to savor our award-winning wines and our beautiful state-of-the-art tasting room, or sip a house-crafted River Ranch Brewing Company beer on the deck of a patio overlooking the scenic Clearwater River. All of us at Revora would like to wish the Kendrick Tigers the best of luck at state. Go Tigers! From all of us at Phil's Family Foods, we're wishing the Kendrick Tigers all the best on another state championship run. Good luck, boys.
So Kendrick will kick off here after the 8-yard touchdown run by Sawyer Hewitt. They're up 6-0, 6:09 to play, opening quarter of action. Rally Rotsesender to kick off here for the Tigers. It is Everett Oatman back deep to return for Kamiah. Oatman's pretty gnarly kick returner. Their average is 35 yards per kick, long of 60. He's taken 2 back for touchdowns this year, and you see that respect from Kendrick as they squib it. And it goes out of bounds around the 19-yard line. They want no part of Everett Oatman in that return game.
I don't blame him one bit. If I was Zane or whoever handles their special teams, I'd be saying kick it as far away from number 7 as you can.
So Kamiah back to work, second possession. Their first one, they had that big play from Clute to Everett Oatman, got to the Kendrick 35-yard line, but then Clute on a quarterback run went down kind of awkwardly, lost the ball, and fumbled it. Orion Stewart recovered it for the Tigers, and they turned it into 6 points at the other end. So we'll see what Clute and company have in store here on drive number 2. 3 receivers stacked to the left side. Kamiah working right to left in this opening quarter. Nice route over the middle. That is caught at the 20. Big hit delivered by Orion Stewart at the end of the play. But that is Todd Roberts, the sophomore, with the reception. It's a gain of 3.
Now, Brandon, correct me if I'm wrong, but did I hear in one game Todd Roberts had like 16 or 18 pass receptions?
That was against
16.
Kendrick.
It was against these
Oh,
guys.
it was against
Kendrick.
Okay.
New school record.
Okay.
16 grabs in one game.
Yep.
And if you haven't seen him, he is not the biggest kid on the field.
Just a sophomore.
But he is one of the hardest hitting kids on the field.
Oh,
he throws his body out there, that's for sure.
No doubt about it. 2nd down and 8 for the Cubs. 5:20 to play here, first quarter. Clute back to pass, feels the heat, rolls out right side, tells his man to get downfield. Penalty flag comes out. Sliding catch is made to his knees by Everett Oatman up to the Kamiah 34, but we'll have to see what the penalty flag is back at the 19-yard line. Maybe coming back, we'll wait and see.
It's what you like to see out of a senior quarterback leader, rolling out to your right, a little pressure on you, and you're still directing traffic, telling your guys what to do.
And it looks like it is against Kamiah. Tied. See what the call was there?
Yeah, I said false start, but I don't. Should have called that low one a little earlier, you'd think, but.
Yeah, that seems.
Unless there was an illegal man downfield, that might have been it too.
That could have possibly been it.
I think
for
Gavin Schoening might have been an illegal man downfield.
Well, that happens. You get a quarterback out scrambling, lineman's not sure what's going on. They just want to go hit somebody.
So 2nd and 12 for Kamiah now, following that 5-yard penalty here. Ball is back at their own 16-yard line. Yeah, in that first matchup with Kendrick, Todd Roberts, single game record, 16 receptions, 142 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
That's impressive. This Kendrick defense they're a solid defense. To put up numbers like that, that's great.
Clute just throwing up a 50-50 ball, 7-on-7 there. Colt Kep, number 7 for Kendrick, in defense of number 7 for Kamiah, Everett Oatman. That one about 5 yards over the head of everybody, though. Incomplete pass and 3rd down. And that's really, I think, we talk about Sawyer Hewitt a lot returning for Kendrick tonight, Ty, but I think the more impactful return might be Carson Hogan,
yeah,
the two-way lineman.
It definitely is. They've been missing him, I think, after the very first game opener against Troy this season. He's a 3-year starter for Kendrick at center, so, I mean, it's a huge getting that senior leadership and everything back at the center position is a great thing.
So 3rd and 12. Clute in trouble. Sacked inside the 10, back at the 7-yard line. And Wyatt Cook got there, but I think the first guy there was Orion Stewart.
Yep. It was.
Wow.
So Zane Hobart texted me a couple of nights ago and said that Carson was going to be back on the field, and he was talking to Caleb O'Brien, Kendrick's nose guard. Caleb's gone up against a lot of centers all year long, and he said in practice Carson's the strongest center he's faced. So that's a huge person to have back for this Kendrick offense.
And that's really, Kendrick's had a lot of good players, skill guys, over this dynastic run as Kamiah's got a punt from their own end zone. Everett Oatman end over end. Will take a bounce by Rhodes at center. He took one back last week against Potlatch. Good return here inside the 30. Penalty flag comes out, though. This one will be coming back inside the 20 and down to the 15-yard line, but we'll see what the flag is here. But
it's like a holding call on Colt Kep.
Yep. And so, but I really think the key for Kendrick, they've won the last 3 1A championships, now trying to do it at the 2A level. They moved up a level. I really think the key to Kendrick's success has been the linemen up front. Brock Boyer, Carson Hogan on this year's team. They've had Dallas Morgan, who graduated the last couple of years. I mean, if you got a line that's going to make a clean pocket for an all-state QB like Ty Kep, yeah, you're going to be all right.
No,
Yeah.
it definitely all starts up front. I mean, games are won in the trenches, in my opinion, and I mean, there's always great linemen, but when you have 3 or 4 of them and you can rotate them, I mean, that helps a bunch too.
And Kamiah, of course, had that luxury as well over the past couple of years. I mean, I think of Porter Whipple, the best 2A lineman in the White Pine League. And now it's a lot of sophomores. Rylan Skinner, Damian Ochoa, kind of the next wave, and they're getting their reps in, and I can't wait to see how they develop. 1st and 10 for Kendrick at the 45 of Kamiah following that holding penalty on the punt return. They give to Carpenter off the right side. Carpenter to the 40. Flags come out, and Carpenter indicating that it might be a face mask penalty. Clute saying, I don't know. We'll see who wins the argument here. It is a personal foul face mask, so Kendrick wins that emphatically. They will tack on 15 yards at the end of that 6-yard run by Carpenter.
Xavier Carpenter, he's one of those kids that he does a lot of things for this Kendrick football team kind of quietly. Maybe overshadowed sometimes by Hewitt and Kirkland and Rotsunder and some of those guys, but he's one of those guys that just, watch him on defense. He's a really good linebacker. He puts his shoulder pads down, runs people over off the ball in his hands.
He's one of those guys, if you need 3 yards, you're going to give him the ball to get it.
3.5 to play first quarter. 1st and 10 for Kendrick at the Kamiah 29-yard line. Trying to throw a screen pass to the far side of the field. That skips in to the intended receiver that time, and looked like maybe Sawyer Hewitt, the intended man there. Incomplete, 2nd down. So we talked about Dave Clute on the back end of that Kamiah defense. He can come up and play linebacker, but he really roams at safety, guys. In his career, 21 career interceptions.
Wow.
6 this year. So that's
I'd like to see what the state record for 2A is, or
that's remarkable.
That is remarkable. That's good. That's pretty good.
2nd and 10 for the Tigers. Kirkland slings it out to the near side to Rotsunder, and he takes it up to the 16-yard line. That is going to be a pitch and catch of about 8 yards there, and it's going to be 3rd and 2 now for the Tigers. First completed pass of the night for Maddox Kirkland as well.
Kendrick just subbed in number 21, Nathan Kimberline, and he's listed as an offensive lineman, and Skaggs was just loving it last week when he came in. He scored 2 touchdowns, rushed for 80 yards.
Yeah. I noticed that as I went back and watched that broadcast on IdahoSports.com. 3rd and 2. Hewitt gets it on the left side, and Hewitt's going to pick up the first down to the 10-yard line. I'll tell you what, though, as he was running past, Damian Ochoa nearly ripped that ball away. But
that was a great tackle by Damian Ochoa right there.
Speaking of that, though, that's one thing both these teams got to do. They got to try and not turn the ball over. I know Kamiah turned it over earlier, but from here on out, both of them got to keep control of the ball. I mean, that's huge in quarterfinal games.
2.5 minutes to play here before the end of the opening period. Kendrick up 6-0 and looking for more. 1st and 10 from the Kamiah 11. Hewitt off the right side this time. Breaks away from the first man inside the 10 and will step out of bounds at the 7-yard line. Penalty flag from the back judge as well, though. So
looks like it's going to be a holding call.
Holding against Kendrick, so we will move it on back, and that's a spot foul penalty, so we'll wait to see just how far they move it back. But these two teams officially conference foes this year, and there's been times throughout the years where Kendrick's been up at this level, and they've kind of gone up and down, and so they've had a good rivalry over the years. Kamiah at one point was playing 11-man football too, though.
Yeah.
And they dropped down.
Even a couple of years ago, Kamiah had a really good junior high football team, and Kendrick had a good junior high football team, and they worked something out to try to get them together and play. It was a battle. I think Kendrick's always been kind of itching to try to build a rivalry with Kamiah a little bit, just because their program's always been so good.
So 1st down and 16 for Kendrick now. Ball back at the Kamiah 19 to the end zone. Kirkland overshoots his man in that far corner. Rally Rotsunder, and Rotsunder kind of threw his hands up like, I don't even know what the play was.
Yeah, it almost looked like he lost it or something.
Yeah, lost it.
It looks like he's wearing a visor, and those lights don't help if you have a visor on.
Yeah, the bright lights of the Kibbe Dome here in Moscow. So Kamiah starts the summer every year with a 2.5-day camp on the Lac-Saw River, and the beauty and majesty if you're coming over that highway from Montana down into the Kamiah area. It's beautiful. So they go camping on the Lac-Saw River. They camp in tents. They get fed by great chefs. They do drills, water drills. They do an obstacle course in the forest, a rookie talent show. It builds the team camaraderie, but also the brotherhood. Up the middle, this is Carpenter lowering the shoulder inside the 10, down to about the 6-yard line. That is a gain of 15 for Xavier Carpenter and sets up 3rd and 5. So is there anything like that Kendrick does, Ty, for team bonding?
I mean, not really like during the summer and stuff. I mean, before Friday, I bet a lot of schools do this as well. But on Thursday nights for the game, we'll watch some film, even though we do it Monday. But big lasagna feeds or spaghetti feeds and stuff like that. We go to a week-long camp in Butte, Montana. So
the Montana Tech football camp.
Montana Tech. Yep, go to that every summer.
That's a big one for 8-man schools.
Yeah.
There's
yeah,
usually
it's a great
about
camp.
20 to 30 8-man schools there, so it's
3rd and 5, low snap. Kirkland picks it up off the turf, makes a man miss. Clute tries to bring him down, but Kirkland sneaks across the goal line for the touchdown. Ends up being a 6-yard touchdown run for Maddox Kirkland. Low snap, had to pick it up off the turf, Tim, and then went mano-a-mano with Dave Clute at the goal line.
It was a good awareness, especially in this stage of the playoffs for a sophomore quarterback to just pick it up and just run and try to get some positive yards.
It almost looked like he was trying to hand it off to Sawyer or Xavier right there, and he just kind of muffed it, so he had to pick it up and run himself.
Yeah, and of course we talked about Carson Hogan back at center, but of course he's a little rusty too.
Yeah,
He's missed almost the entire season, right? I'm a Green Bay Packers fan. I saw that last week. The starting center for Green Bay was out, and they had to move Elton Jenkins from left guard to center, and in the rain, it was an adventure. 2-point conversion, sacked. Kirkland goes down. Coming up with the stop for Kamiah, Todd Roberts. You were mentioning it. He's small, but he packs a punch.
Yeah, he wasn't about to slow down there. He put a pretty good hit on Kirkland.
Oh, wow. All right, so 12-0 Kendrick, 1:17 to play, first quarter.
For over 140 years, the McGregor Company has been a cornerstone of dedication to the agriculture in the Pacific Northwest, serving growers with the seed, crop, inputs, and equipment needed to grow a healthy, sustainable crop. The McGregor Company dedicated people who care about farm families, about environment, about the communities we serve. Good luck to the Kendrick Tigers. Kept Farms and Goat Breedings wants to wish the best of luck to the Kendrick boys on their quest for yet another state championship. We love you, Tigers. Taylor Gravel wants to give a big shout out to the Kendrick Tigers. Go get them, boys.
I think what he means by there is greatest of all time, Ty.
I think so.
Yeah, there you go. Goat, yeah. We talked about the lineage of these two teams, Kendrick and Kamiah, goats when it comes to performing in the playoffs. Kamiah last made the semis 2 years ago where they fell to Grace over in the Dome in Pocatello. Kendrick, of course, made the semis last year. They had to travel down to Hagerman because of the funky bracket, and then got to come back here for the championship game. Line drive kick again away from Oatman. They'll kick it out of bounds, and they'll take the penalty rather than have Everett Oatman return it. So Kamiah should be starting from their own 35-yard line. So we talked about on defense, Dave Clute, 21 career interceptions. We also got his career numbers on offense. This is what we're talking about when we say one of the all-time iconic players in the White Pine League. 4,978 passing yards, 80 touchdowns to 8 interceptions.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. That's I'd like to compare some of those numbers to the Kamiah kids. See how those those kind of shake out a little bit.
Oh man. That's incredible. And
Maybe we got Kamiah kid too.
That's right, 2.0. Well, he's trying to become the Kamiah comeback kid here with his team down 12-0.
Little screen pass.
Middle screen. That's a good reception with blockers. This is good maneuvering. Flag comes out at the end of the play, though. Lawson Landmark takes it across the 40. But, again, a penalty flag. Probably going to be an illegal block on the perimeter there. But I love that middle screen to Lawson Landmark.
That was a great play design.
And it's a block in the back against Kamiah, so we'll see where they mark this off.
Yeah, both squads have been getting a little bit too much yellow flags out there on the field, bringing some of these big plays back, unfortunately.
Yeah, it has been a kind of a sluggish start in terms of the penalties. So we mentioned it. Lawson Landmark really only played the one game, or maybe got a couple in this year.
Yeah.
He did kind of come back 2 weeks ago, and they've been working him in slowly. I mean, in limited action, 13 catches, 324 yards. I mean, he's averaging 25 yards per grab. It's pretty good. And
it's a great player to have back right now in the quarterfinals.
Only a sophomore, too. A lot of sophomores for this Kamiah team. So after all of that, it is 1st and 12 for Kamiah from their own 33-yard line. So all of that yardage wiped out. They're 2 yards behind the original line of scrimmage. Clute over the middle, incomplete. Everett Oatman was running a slant route over the middle, and Clute threw it like it was going to be a corner route, incomplete.
I think if he throws that right on him, I think Oatman's got a chance to take that one all the way. He had the whole middle of the field open.
That's the thing I've noticed is these Kamiah receivers have gotten free a couple of times against these Kendrick DBs tonight. But Clute not quite able to find him.
Kamiah's got a good spread balance with all 4 of their receivers, Todd Roberts, Matthew Oatman, Everett Oatman, and Lawson Landmark. So, I mean, it's going to be difficult for Kendrick to cover the pass.
They'll send Roberts in motion here to the right. Empty set for Clute. Middle screen is complete to Matthew Oatman. The ball came out at the end. They're going to call it an incomplete pass. That's a classic, Tim. You're thinking about the move you're going to make on the defender before you got that pass secured.
Yep. Looking up the field, either looking for your hole to run through or making sure you're not going to get a big, like, number 5 or 13 Caleb O'Brien hitting you right in the chest, too. So I'm sure that those big defensive linemen for Kendrick have a little bit of part in that as well.
You know, and you got to give Kamiah some credit here because I think a lot of teams going against Kendrick would say, hey, let's run the ball. Let's bleed the clock. Let's try and keep them up. And Kamiah says, hey, we are what we are. We're a spread team. We're going to run and gun it. And that's who we are. And we're going to live with the pass and die with the pass.
Yep. You got to respect that out of a program.
Clute taking a deep shot down the left sideline. A lot of contact. Kamiah wanted the flag. Won't get it. Good arm bar there on that far sideline by Cade Silflo. And the intended receiver that time for Kamiah, it looked like they were trying to dial up Gavin Schoening, and Coach Nels Clute still kind of incredulous on that Kamiah sideline. And, you know, I think, Tim, the forearm bump is okay, but that was a forearm linger.
Yeah.
He definitely, I think, extended it. Maybe his lucky draw there was maybe they called it uncatchable. But I'm surprised we didn't see a pass interference call there.
Nels Clute in his 9th year in charge of this Kamiah program, 55-44 record in that time. Zane Hobart in his 12th year for Kendrick, 93-27 record. Fake punt. Clute completes it for the first down at the 48-yard line. Wow, Kamiah runs the fake punt, and Dave Clute hits Todd Roberts on 4th and 12 for a gain of 14 and a first down. What do you think of that play, Ty?
That's a huge momentum changer right there. That was a great ball from David Clute. That was about a 15-yard out, and he threw it on a line to get it right at the sideline, Todd Roberts.
And Roberts knew where the sticks were, got just past it. Wow. So it's kind of funny. We were talking about the two coaches here, Nels Clute, definitely older than Zane Hobart. You know, we won't say how much older, but he's only been the head coach for 9 years. Zane Hobart's been the coach for 12 years. He's like the youngest guy in the league.
Trying to remember how old Zane was when he first started that job. He was still a kid, in my opinion.
Yeah, very young.
But even before he.
That is picked off and going back the other way. Xavier Carpenter has one man to beat. Clute brings him down at the 2-yard line. Kamiah tried to throw the out route, and that was well read by Xavier Carpenter. He stepped right into it, and now both guys a little slow to get up. Clute and Carpenter at the end of that collision at the 2-yard line, and a touchdown-saving tackle there by Clute, but, man, he was kind of slapping his helmet in frustration after throwing that one, Ty.
Yeah. Which, that's very shocking because he does not throw interceptions very often. So
only the second this year.
Yep, but great awareness by Xavier Carpenter right there to jump that on that little short out route, and good return for him.
I think what was happening there at the end, I think Clute thought he stripped the ball from Xavier,
Fighting
and
for it.
Xavier was trying to wrestle it back. I think they're a little tug-of-war right there.
You know, we were talking about great wrestling programs in our first game tonight with Grace, and Kamiah's got a really good wrestling program as well up here in the north.
There's a fumble right
that
there.
ball is fumbled by Kirkland, and he is brought down back at the 20-yard line by Matthew Oatman. So it's been an adventure snapping the ball tonight. Kirkland never got the clean handle on that and goes down all the way back to the 20-yard line where it will be 2nd and goal. And that is the end of the first quarter. That was a wild, bumpy ride at times. It is 12-0 Kendrick after 1.
Ireland Drywall and Teresa's Daycare wishes all the best to the Tigers in the playoffs. Heimgartner Farms is a proud supporter of the Kendrick Tigers. Good luck, boys. CHS Primeland, a division of CHS Inc., is an ag retail of grain handling cooperative in Lewiston, Idaho, and the surrounding area. CHS Primeland would like to wish both the Kendrick Tigers and Kamiah Cubs the best of luck in the state football playoffs. If you can feed it, farm it, fence it, fuel it, or fertilize it, you can find it at CHS Primeland. The Itzy Yaya Casino in Kamiah, open to guests 18 years and older, play all day and take advantage of the delicious menu at Camus Cafe. Go Cubs.
All right, so we are back here for the second quarter. After that 16-yard loss on the fumbled snap, it is 2nd and goal from the 18-yard line for Kendrick. Kirkland over the middle, broken up. Trying to go to Sawyer. Hewitt on a slant route. Nice coverage by Gavin Schoening defensively, and Schoening kind of ends up straddling the back of Hewitt at the end of the play there. So incomplete pass. It's now 3rd and goal from the 18. And Kirkland is just 1 of 5 passing tonight for 5 yards.
Been having a hard time getting clean snaps, and I think that comes back to what you said, Brandon, about Carson. He's a good, strong lineman, but he hasn't snapped the ball a lot for quite a few games, so he might be a little rusty.
Well, and I guess maybe could be Kendrick's going to let the clock run down, and they'll call a timeout here to talk it over. But maybe do you keep your established center, because the center who had been in place of Carson Hogan was it O'Brien?
Travis Hicks.
Yeah, Travis Hicks. Yeah. Do you keep him there, and then do you just plug in Hogan at a guard, and then you can put Wyatt Cook back at like a tight end position? Or I don't know, because it's been an adventure tonight.
Yeah, I know.
For sure.
They have 2 other subs they can for center if it gets too rough for Carson. They got Travis Hicks or Evan Simpson as well, so I think it's too early on to go there yet, but we'll see.
Yeah, Evan Simpson got the start a couple of games. Him and Travis kind of went back and forth, just trying to kind of find the best fit. And, it'd be interesting to see how long he sticks with this tonight.
IdahoRiverland.com, home of Idaho County Properties and Kamiah Properties. We are a group of local realtors working for a local brokerage dedicated to supporting our local community. Make an appointment today to interview one of our knowledgeable agents to see how we can help you list and sell your property. Find us at IdahoRiverland.com. Go Cubs.
3rd and goal from the 18 for Kendrick. Hewitt in motion left to right. It is a 4-wide set, 3 to the right. They fake to the right, go back to the left to Rotsasender. Makes one man miss, makes a second defender miss, and will ultimately be brought down around the 13-yard line, where it will be 4th and goal. So they try to go to the screen to Rotsasender, and he ends up picking up about 7 yards there. It's going to be 4th and goal, though, from the 13-yard line.
This is a big play for Kamiah here. You come into the second quarter only being down 12-0 against a Kendrick offense that can put up a lot of points, get a stop inside the 20. That's got to be big for their confidence level.
Yeah, Kendrick averaging around 60 points per contest. So 4th and goal from the 13, 2 receivers to the right. Rotes at center, the lone receiver on the left. Hewitt in motion right to left. Kirkland back to pass, has to go to the end zone, has time, fires to the end zone. It is intercepted. It is deflected, and who else but Dave Clute. Right place, right time. They tried to go to Hewitt in the end zone. It was deflected by Roberts, and then Clute with his 22nd career interception, number 7 this season. Big momentum shift there for the Cubs, and now the question is, can they take advantage, Ty? They've had some good opportunities here early, but they haven't, we talked about Kirkland only being 1 of 5 passing. Well, Clute is just 4 of 8.
Yeah. I think the main part of it is both teams are turning the ball over right now, and the penalties are killing all their drives. I mean, that's one thing. They got to clean it up on the blocking and everything, and also stop turning the ball over.
So 1st and 10 from the 20. Clute will keep it himself and will take it for a gain of 2. Spun away from the first defender, and then coming up to make the tackle for the Tigers, Caleb O'Brien. So gain of 2 there for Clute. Only the second positive rushing play for Kamiah tonight. And that's what we talked about the first time they played Kendrick. They just could not get that run game established. 10.5 to go here before halftime. A 12-0 lead for the Kendrick Tigers. Kamiah working left to right here in our second quarter of action. 2nd and 8 from their own 22-yard line. Roberts in motion, left to right out of the backfield. So it's a true 4 wide, 2 to either side. Kendrick rushes 3. Clute feels the pocket collapse, rolls out to the right, throws it up the middle. It is broken up at the 50-yard line. They tried to go to Roberts on the deep route, and Clute had to throw that on the run. It caused it to hang in the air for just a moment, and that allowed the Kendrick defender to get there and make a play on it. Otherwise, that would have been a great grab by Roberts right at the 50-yard line. It looked like maybe Sawyer Hewitt in coverage there.
Yeah, I think it was either Sawyer Hewitt or Xavier Carpenter, one of the two, but good job catching back up to that throw that was thrown over the top of him and knocking it loose, because that was almost a great catch by Todd Roberts.
And so you can quickly see how Roberts caught 16 balls against Kendrick.
Yeah.
They're trying to get it to him. It is 3rd and 8 from the Kamiah 22-yard line, and Clute kind of whispered something to Everett Oatman there before he got him out to the slot. Now Kamiah is going to have to burn their first time out here of the second quarter. We'll thank a few more sponsors.
CHS Primeland, a division of CHS Inc., is an ag retail and grain handling cooperative in Lewiston, Idaho, and the surrounding area. CHS Primeland would like to wish the Kamiah Cubs the best of luck in the state football playoffs. If you can feed it, farm it, fence it, fuel it, or fertilize it, you can find it at CHS Primeland. The Itzy Ya Casino in Kamiah, open to guests 18 years and older. Play all day and take advantage of the delicious menu at Camus Cafe. Go Cubs. Play all day at the Itzy Ya Casino in Kamiah, a proud supporter of the Kamiah Cubs. IdahoRiverland.com, home of Idaho Country Properties and Kamiah Properties. We are the group of local realtors working for the local brokerage dedicated to supporting our local community. Make an appointment today to interview one of our knowledgeable agents to see how we can help you list and sell your property. Find us at IdahoRiverland.com, and go Cubs.
So out of the timeout here, 3rd and 8 for Kamiah from their own 22-yard line. 10:08 to play here before halftime. A 12-0 lead for Kendrick. And again, it's a 4 wide set, 2 to either side. Clute alone out of the shotgun. Kendrick again rushes 3. Again, that pocket collapses. Clute scrambling out left side, looking for somewhere to go, throw short to Everett Oatman. They will say pass incomplete, and even if he had made the grab, it would have been right at the original line of scrimmage, so it is 4th down following the incomplete pass. And you can tell Clute is just not comfortable back there in the pocket tonight. He's pretty much getting the ball and looking to vacate the pocket as soon as it's snap time.
It looks like Kamiah is kind of in a set with 3 down linemen, and Kendrick's trying to bring 4 every time, get pressure on him, make him make some kind of bad decision, but he's still doing a good job when scrambling around to make a good decision.
Everett Oatman punting from his own 10-yard line. Kendrick, depending on the return, could have it in great field position. Rotes it center from his own 45, cuts up to the Kamiah 36-yard line, so return of about 9 yards there. And it will be, well, closer to 14. It'll be 1st and 10 for Kendrick in great field position, starting at the Kamiah 37-yard line. So 9:50 to go here before halftime. A 12-0 lead for Kendrick. And last week they played Potlatch and did most of their scoring in the first half of that 54-0 win. So getting a good battle here from Kamiah in the quarterfinals. Man in motion left to right is Hewitt, and Hewitt gets it but is tackled immediately. That is Gavin Schoening on the stop. Hewitt only picks up 2. It's 2nd and 8.
Schoening's been in on a couple of really good tackles. He's impressing me so far on the defensive side of the ball.
These Kamiah guys are tough.
Oh, yeah, they are.
No doubt about it.
They are. They will not shy away from contact one bit. And I think then sometimes they'll kind of let you know about it at the end, too.
I remember still their basketball team, and I'm sure you saw this. They play physical basketball too, and they muck it up, and hey, if the final score is 38-36, we're totally okay with that.
Yeah, we've played Kamiah a lot in the last few years. Always a good rivalry, good games for both teams, and yeah, they're physical. Boy, they are physical.
2nd and 8. Slant route complete, wide open. That is
Cade Silflo.
Yeah, Silflo on the reception across the 20 and to the 17-yard line of Kamiah. So that is a pitch and catch of 17 yards and a first down for the Tigers. First catch of the night by someone not named Rotsitsender, and I'm grateful. Silflo rolls off the tongue a little better.
Oh, trust me, there's plenty of people that mess that one up too somehow.
Yeah. So 1st and 10 for Kendrick now from the Kamiah 18-yard line. 8.5 to play before halftime. A 12-0 lead for the Tigers. Low snap. Kirkland picks it up, completes to Rotsitsender near side, inside the 10, stays on his feet, spins inside the 5, lowers the shoulder, and he's in for the touchdown. Wow, from 18 yards out, we saw all of the joystick moves there like you're playing Madden. We had the spin move, we had the lowering of the shoulder, the truck move. Oh my goodness, Rally Rotsitsender from 18 yards out,
Yep,
Ty.
great job bringing 3 tackles right there, keeping the play alive and scoring.
So Kendrick extends that lead to 18-0, and first touchdown pass of the night for the Tigers. 18 yards out to Rally Rotsitsender. On my score sheet, I'm just going to write Rally because that's easier than 2-point try. Pitch over the middle. Boy, they tried the little shuffle pass, and that got blown up immediately. That was Everett Oatman in on the action, and they were trying a shuffle pass there to Rotsitsender, but no dice.
Kamiah's defensive line did a great job of blowing that play up. It wasn't even there from the start.
So 8:23 to go before halftime, and an 18-0 lead for Kendrick. We'll send it back over to Ty for some more sponsors.
Revora Estate Vineyards and Winery is owned by 3 generations of the Hewitt family and located just a short drive from Lewiston, Idaho. Plan a day trip to savor our award-winning wines in our beautiful estate of the art tasting room and sip a house-crafted River Ranch Brewing Company beer on the deck or patio overlooking the scenic Clearwater River. All of us at Revora would like to wish the Kendrick Tigers the best of luck at state. Go Tigers. From all of us at Phil's Family Foods, we're wishing the Kendrick Tigers all the best on yet another state championship run. Good luck, boys. For over 140 years, the McGregor Company has been a cornerstone of dedication to the agriculture in the Pacific Northwest, serving growers with seed, crop inputs, and equipment needed to grow a healthy, sustainable crop. The McGregor's Company. Dedicated people who care about family farms, about the environment, and about the communities we serve. Good luck to the Kendrick Tigers.
So in between the 2-point try and the kickoff there, you could see Kendrick head coach Zane Hobart having a long talk with Cade Silflo, and I think that's something that he does really well is he will pull a player aside and give them a long one-on-one talk over the course of the game.
Yeah, no, he is really good about that, and even the other coaches on his staff, they're coaching those kids up nonstop.
So a squib kick that goes off the hands of Everett Oatman, and it goes all the way back inside the 10-yard line down to the 8, and that is the type of special teams error you have to avoid when you're playing a team like Kendrick. Now Kamiah is going to start 1st and 10 from their own 8-yard line. Yes, this staff, of course, Zane Hobart, the head coach, his dad, Ken Hobart, assistant, and
Greg Frisbee. Greg's a great football mind, great defensive coach. Matt Anderson, he's been in the program, whether it was junior high or youth football. He's been around the program forever.
Greg helped us broadcast some basketball games last year on IdahoSports.com, and his fiancée, Donnell McKee, the swim coach at Lewiston High School. She's always sending us the swim results for our North Idaho Prepcast. We were doing the show this week, and she messaged us live and said, hey, we're on the bus down to Boise, and we're watching. Lewiston, Lakeland, and Moscow all rode on the same bus down to Boise for state swim. There's a big completion over the middle on the slant route. That is up to the 30 and the 31-yard line. A nice pitch and catch to Gavin Schoening. So from the 8 to the 30, a gain of 22 on first down.
Nice little quick slant route. Clute fired it right in there, hit him right in stride. It is great pass by Clute.
22-yard gain to Schoening, his first grab, so 5 completed passes to 4 different receivers tonight for Clute. 1st and 10 from his own 30. Clute feeling the heat again, has to just release it, throws it out of bounds. Bearing down on the pass rush was Nathan Kimberline. Fans wanted the intentional grounding, but Clute outside the pocket, got it out of bounds. And
cross line of scrimmage.
So incomplete pass, but boy, Kimberline shot through there and was
yeah, he was on him. He runs very well for being listed as a defensive lineman and offensive lineman.
If Clute's not 6'5", 200, he probably goes down on
I
the
would
side.
agree.
2nd and 10. Clute back to pass, setting up the backside screen. It's complete to Schoening again across the 35 and very close to that first down marker. He's going to be about a yard shy up to the 39-yard line.
Roberts was.
Roberts, excuse me.
Another reception for Roberts.
Yeah, that's his 3rd of the game. 9-yard gain to Roberts, and 3rd and 1 here for Kamiah. Now, Paul Kingsbury was broadcasting the Glens Ferry Kamiah game last week for us on IdahoSports.com, and he said Kamiah really liked to use that tush push in the 3rd and short. Now, I don't know if that's just because they were playing in the rain and the mud, but we haven't seen it yet tonight. And Clute out of the gun here. We'll give to Oatman on a draw, and Oatman will be brought down for a loss of a yard. In the backfield, in on the tackle, that is Xavier Carpenter. We'll see where they spot this. Yeah, they're going to give it a loss of a yard. It is 4th and 2 for Kamiah from their own 38-yard line. They're going to have to go for it here with 6.5 to play before halftime and down 3 scores.
I think for sure you've got to go for this. You've got a lot of athletes. You've got a David Clute. You just got to go for it.
I'm watching a hard count, too. I mean, 4th and short. I mean, I could see that as well.
Clute out of the gun. 2 receivers to the right, single receiver to the left. 4th and 2. Kendrick rushes 4 again. Clute stands, delivers, has a man all alone. Count it to 30. Nobody close. A little taunting from Everett Oatman at the end of the play, and he will take it past Raleigh Rotsitsender into the end zone for the touchdown on 4th and 2 from the 38-yard line. It ends up being a 62-yard touchdown strike from Clute to Oatman.
I don't think there was anybody within 15 yards of him when he caught that pass. I'm not exactly sure what Kendrick's secondary bid on, but they saw something other than Oatman running free down the sideline.
And Oatman made sure to let Raleigh Rotsitsender know that he beat him on his way to the end zone, and Rotsitsender almost caught him at the end there.
He just about did, yeah.
And I don't know. I'm always a proponent of, hey, if you're going to strut, while you're strutting, take a look at the scoreboard and see if
you might
see if it's a situation that calls for it.
Yeah.
I seem to remember last year Kendrick and Camas County in the championship, that happened in a little bit.
It did a little bit, yeah.
I can recall that.
Yes. 2-point try. Clute rolling out right side, looking for somewhere to go. Runs out of real estate, throws at the last moment, incomplete. Trying to go to landmark, and so nobody's converted a 2-point conversion tonight. 18-6, the score remains with 6:04 to play here before halftime. Back over to Ty for some more corporate love.
Kep Farms and Goat Breeding wants to wish the best of luck to our Kendrick boys on their quest for yet another state championship. We love you, Tigers. Taylor Gravel wants to give a big shout out to the Kendrick Tigers. Go get 'em, boys. CHS Primeland, a division of CHS Inc., is an ag retail and grain handling cooperative in Lewiston, Idaho, and the surrounding area. CHS Primeland would like to wish the Kamiah Cubs the best of luck in the state football playoffs. If you can feed it, farm it, fence it, fuel it, or fertilize it, you can find it at CHS Primeland. Play all day at the Itzy Yaya Casino in Kamiah, a proud supporter of the Kamiah Cubs.
You know, I think on one of your guys' 8-man prep casts maybe, and I might be missing which one it was on, but I believe you guys had Coach Kirkland share some talk on how important the 2-point conversion is.
Yes.
And I couldn't be more of a proponent of that as well. I mean, it is huge. You look at teams, if you don't get score 6 or 7 touchdowns and you don't get that. That's a lot of extra points to get.
That was the Coach's Corner segment a couple weeks ago on the Idaho 8-Man Prepcast. And, man, what a treat it's been having former Carey coach Lane Kirkland on as well. Hagerman comes from behind to defeat Valley 56-52. What happened at the end of the play there? Looks like Kai Kendall recovered a fumble as time expired or something?
Yeah, I think so. That's what it says.
Wow, that's crazy.
That looks like that would have been a very exciting game
Fun
to
game
watch.
to be at.
Yeah.
But, hey, we love our North Idaho kids
we
here
do.
too, guys.
We do. Yeah, we do.
We're really increasing our star power on our 8-man broadcasts. 2 weeks ago, we had for the first time a little squib kick here from Landmark. Rotes at center, fair catch made at the 40-yard line. So 3 weeks ago, we did the last game of the regular season between Lakeside and Wallace, and I was joined by Stetson Spooner, the former head coach of the Mullen St. Regis Co-op. He made his broadcasting debut, and then we had Ty make his broadcasting debut last week, and then earlier today, Coach Lane Kirkland made his live game broadcast debut. He was on the call with Paul Kingsbury for that Wallace versus Carey game.
Oh, good.
On IdahoSports.com. Yeah, Coach Kirkland retired from coaching and reached out and said, like, hey, do you think I could ever, help you guys with the prep cat? I was like, yes.
He probably doesn't have much knowledge, does he?
I know, yeah. Over the middle, that ball is nearly intercepted at the 35-yard line, broken up by Logan Keene, the sophomore linebacker. Dangerous throw from Kirkland, and Keene nearly picked it.
Yeah, that was a great play by Keene. He kind of read that all away and got his hands up at the right time and just missed a pick.
So 2nd and 10 for Kendrick from their own 41-yard line here with 6 minutes on the nose to go before halftime, leading 18-6. Kendrick will send 2 receivers to the left, Rotes at center, alone to the right. Back on the right hip, and Hewitt in motion from left to right. Kirkland will give to Carpenter up the middle, and Carpenter trying to get to the 50 will be denied. 3 Kamiah Cubs bring him down. Looked like Schoening was the first guy to stick his head in there. It ends up being an 8-yard run for Xavier Carpenter, and it's 3rd and 2.
That's a play that Kendrick runs. I'd like to have Ty share a little bit of experiences on it, but they pull their guard and it kind of gets your guard out on a run to hit somebody. And I think those guys just drool at the mouth when they get that play call.
3rd and 2 for Kendrick. We'll see if they can convert again here in short yardage. Carpenter, actually Hewitt off the right side, will get the first down. Picks up 5 to the 46-yard line of Kamiah, and they do move the sticks. Kendrick working right to left here with 5:10 to play here before halftime.
Well, Hewitt's had some good plays, but I think if you're Kamiah, you got to think you're keeping him to some shorter yardages. You're not letting him get out in space and break away. I think you call that a win.
Yeah, and I'll admit this is the first time I've seen Kendrick with my own eyes this year in person. I'm just thinking back to last year and those home run plays.
Yes.
Just haven't been there tonight.
No.
Kendrick did those in their sleep last year. That ball is out. It's fumbled. I think Kendrick falls back on top of it as Kirkland fumbles it, and Brock Boyer, the offensive guard, falls on it. Officially a loss of 4 for Kirkland. They have, on those handoffs tonight, I've seen it with Carpenter a couple times, Kirkland's really having to stretch out to get the ball in his belly.
It looks like to me when he catches that snap, he's not getting that first step over there close enough to him. He's kind of staying set, and he's having to reach. He needs to take another step, get closer to him.
So 2nd and 14 now for Kendrick, and Kamiah fans hooting and hollering,
Starting
making
to get
a
into
little
the
noise.
game here a little bit, yeah.
4:05 to play here before halftime. 18-6 lead for Kendrick. Low snap again. Kirkland dialing up a deep ball, overshoots his man by a good 10 yards. They were trying to dial up Silflo down that far sideline. Or is that Hewitt?
I think it was Silflo.
That's Silflo. See, the 18 and the 19 look so similar.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, their uniforms, they get scrunched up, and it's hard to see the difference.
Yes. So incomplete pass, and now it is 3rd down and 14 for Kendrick from their own from the Kamiah 49-yard line. They've got to get to the 36-yard line for the first down.
And again, I think you're in a position here. You don't have to get all of this in one play. I think you get a big chunk of it, and then that opens up your playbook just a little bit more.
Kirkland out of the gun. 2 receivers to the left, a tight end to the right. Kirkland throwing a screen to Rotz at sender, has a blocker in space. Stiff arm at the 40, and will take it up to the 39-yard line to set up 4th down and 3. So they get 11 on the quick screen to Rotz at sender. His 4th grab of the night. And they did a good job, too, of getting the blocker out there.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell if that was Hewitt or one of the other receivers. 4th and 3 now from the, 4th and 2 really from the 38. They've got to get to the 36 for the first down.
Long 2. A long 2.
Nobody going under center tonight in these short yardage. It's all shotgun. 4th and 2. Kirkland, hard count, gets the snap. Now Stanton delivers, looking for Hewitt down the far sideline. Clute, all sorts of coverage. And now Kendrick maybe looking for the flag. Clute never really turned around for that ball. Kind of guarded, face guarded the whole time, but I guess maybe makes up for the one earlier.
Yeah, maybe make up call, maybe letting them play a little bit here.
I'm all right with that.
Judging from Zane's body language on the sideline, he's not happy with something.
Well, it's funny because I would describe Coach Zane Hobart as he's never demonstrative in his emotions, but he always seems to have kind of a frown on his face in the course of a game. But, when you have a program as successful as his, you're striving for, a level of perfection.
You are. And all the success they've had, every year I think that pressure builds to continue that as well.
Yeah. Penalties before the play can start. False start here on Kamiah. So the turnover on downs, Kamiah's got it back. It was 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line. Now it's going to be 1st and 15 from their own 33. But, man, Ty, 3:05 to go before halftime. Kamiah is kicking off to start the second half, down 18-6. If they can cut it to a score,
I think that's what they
huge.
need. I mean, I don't think they want to try. I don't think they want to get it all right now. I think they want to have this drive kind of last longer so they can try and not give the ball back to Kendrick with any chance in this half, but we'll see what happens here.
Clute, slant route. That is caught by Landmark. And Lawson Landmark will make the grab at the 37-yard line to make it 2nd down and 11. So a nice 4-yard pitch and catch there from Clute to Landmark.
That was a big tackle by Cade Silflo because Landmark, he tried to spin back outside, and if he breaks that tackle, he has no one in front of him except for the end zone. So great touchdown-saving tackle by Cade.
I think that's how it is with a lot of these because they're so spread out. I mean, it's just one-on-one with them and no one on top of it.
2nd and 11. Clute has time, floats it out wide open at the 40-yard line. That is caught by Everett Oatman, makes a man miss, and will stretch out to the 45-yard line. They'll mark him out at the 44. It's going to be 3rd down and about 5 coming up here for Kamiah with 2:11 to play before halftime after the 6-yard reception to Everett Oatman on the near sideline. And again, Kamiah just running some shorter routes here.
Yeah, 2 good back-to-back plays, and that's where Kamiah had some luck when they played earlier in the season. They kind of switched to a bunch of out routes, quick out routes, and they had a lot of luck. I think that's probably where he ended up getting 16 receptions, all those out routes. And
3rd and 5. Clute rolling out left side, hits his man Everett Oatman right at the sticks. Are they going to give him the forward progress? It looks like he will be a yard shy. Another huge tackle. I think Carpenter was the guy who made the stop that time for Kendrick. It will be 4th down and 1. Boy, it looked like Oatman was close to the line of scrimmage or the line to gain, but a good pushback by Kendrick.
Great stop there. Now we're right back to your question earlier. We going to see a tush push?
Apparently not. When you're in the dome, you 4th and 1 with 1 minute to play here before halftime. Kamiah going for it. They've got 4 wide, 2 to either side. Clute all alone out of the gun. Sends Roberts in motion right to left, 3 to the left now, and now the play blown dead with a penalty flag. Delay of game on Kamiah.
That's a huge penalty right there.
That can't happen.
That might change whether they go for it or not right here. I don't know.
Clute.
He's
53 seconds left.
I think he's saying go for it, but
Yeah.
not sure.
And, of course, Dave Clute, the son of head coach Nels Clute. And
I'm sure there's never any disagreement on the sideline.
yeah. It does look like they're giving him a play to run here with 53 seconds to go. But, man, from 4th and 1 now to 4th and 6. Kamiah from their own 42-yard line. They've got to get to the 48 to pick up the first down. Just 53 seconds to go here before halftime. 2 receivers to the right, single receiver to the left, Oatman in motion right to left, and another flag.
Delay a game again.
Oh, my gosh, what is happening? Clute is telling his receiver to stay out there.
He shouldn't go back over the sideline and probably just call one.
And that's the thing. Some coaches have the quarterback jog over. Some send the play in with the receiver. This is just no sense of urgency from Kamiah here, and now they're going to punt.
From a 4th and 1 to 4th and 11, just off 2 delay games.
That's huge.
Yeah, that's big. Depending on how the outcome of this game goes, probably going to come back to this series right here.
Everett Oatman will punt it away. Good kick. We'll take a roll. And now it'll be picked up by Rotsitsender. And he somehow gets out of the wave of tacklers and now has room to run. Returns it out to the 40-yard line. Boy, Rotsitsender foolishly picked that up at the 25-yard line instead of letting that roll.
That was close to a muff punt.
Muff punt.
Kamiah's ball right there.
Yeah, that is.
Got a little lucky, but.
Boy, every team's got a universal call to shout out to stay. When I played, it was Peter.
Yeah.
What is it at Kendrick? What's the code word you shout to get away from it?
He's just clear. He just yell, or Hobart. You can really hear him on that. He's screaming on punts.
Yeah, it's probably easier to hear him in the dome.
Oh yeah,
for
it
sure.
echoes for sure. Yeah.
So 1st and 10 for Kendrick with 40 seconds to go before halftime from their own 40-yard line. They're going 4 wide now. Hewitt in motion right to left. They fake to him. It's a middle screen to Hewitt. Caught at the 40, the 45, and the 50. Bouncing to the outside on the near sideline and steps out of bounds at the Kamiah 46-yard line. So that is a 16-yard gain to Hewitt with 32 seconds to go. Stops the clock as well. Kendrick has 2 timeouts remaining.
I think Kamiah actually saved the touchdown right there. He initially had a giant hole to run through, and Kamiah closed it down really fast and forced Sawyer right back out to the sideline.
I think it was Todd pinched that gap down.
So it is Hewitt's first reception of the night. Goes for 16 yards. 32 seconds to go before halftime. 18-6 lead for Kendrick. 1st and 10 for the Tigers from the Kamiah 46-yard line. And Kendrick does get the ball to start the second half as well. Hewitt in motion, left to right. Low snap. Kirkland again just got to pick it up. Has time. Now we'll just take off and run with it across the 40 and is upended right at the first down marker. Goes head over tea kettle. Nice tackle defensively by Todd Roberts. Meanwhile, we've got a Kamiah player down at the back end of the play as well. So a little whoop-de-doop there. Ty picked up off the turf, and Kirkland just takes off and runs and almost gets the first down.
I don't know. It might just be me, but between both Kendrick and Kamiah, there's some pretty crazy not set formation plays going on. I mean, just bad snaps turning into 10-yard gains, going for it on 4th with a fake punt. I mean,
yeah, it's tough for sure. And again, not sure which Kamiah player is down at the moment. Looks like it's
64.
Ochoa maybe? Yeah, Damian Ochoa. And, he's listed on the roster as a center and nose guard. He's actually second on this Kamiah team with 5 interceptions this year.
I remember you guys talking about that.
He had 2 last week, including one, I think he returned for a touchdown.
I think he did. Yeah, I think he did.
But then, I went back and watched the film, and maybe he started the year as a nose guard, but he's been playing linebacker the last couple of games for Kamiah. So I think that's where his opportunities come from. So Ochoa, we certainly hope he's all right. He's a fun 2A lineman. Injury timeout here. They didn't really specify if it was a team timeout. They haven't taken it off the board.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to get a second to. And this is the hard part, too, of, we love playing in the Kibbe Dome, right? It's a great facility, but it is hard to get amped.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
It's kind of loud and cavernous, especially for, and it's not like lack of fans. It's just like the populations of Kamiah and Kendrick. There's only so many people in the town that can come.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like
to fill up all this too.
Yeah,
I mean, it's kind of hard to do.
Cavernous, stadium. So sometimes you got to just kind of make your own momentum here. So 2nd and inches for Kendrick. They've got to get to the Kamiah 40 or 36-yard line for the first down. Kirkland floats it, has a man. That is Hewitt with the catch across the 25 to the 24-yard line with 15 seconds to go. They will set the ball, and then the clock will roll as soon as they do. Kendrick has 1 timeout remaining. Kirkland will spike it. Kamiah didn't. Oh my gosh, Kamiah tried to make a substitution.
Had 9 players on the field.
Was that it, or are they going to give Kendrick a false start? I saw somebody kind of moving ahead on the line, but
that's Kamiah didn't get off.
Yep.
Yeah. What you have to be thinking.
Hurry up, and they're going to
spike it.
Yeah.
And then you can sub your guy in.
Yeah.
Oh man. A lot of self-inflicted on both sides, but more prevalent in these last couple minutes on Kamiah's side for sure. Man, that's a tough one for sure.
Coach Klut's lining them out right now. You can hear it.
Yes, you can. We can hear that. We're on the opposite side of the dome from Coach Klut. Yes, we can hear that for sure. So it is 1st and 5 for Kendrick now with 12 seconds to go before halftime. 1 timeout remaining for the Tigers. Ball is at the Kamiah 19-yard line. Already up 18-6, and they get the ball to start the second half as well. 2 receivers left, single receiver to the right. Hewitt in motion now left to right. Low snap again. Kirkland picks it up, floats it to the corner of the end zone. Batted away by Todd Roberts. Little basketball play there. Roberts just kind of boxed out Rotsitsender and knocked it away. And they've tried those one-on-one balls, Ty, but Kamiah, for the most part, has been there step for step.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of defending it. I think they're kind of ready for them, assuming they're going to come. So Kamiah's just got to keep that up, defending those one-on-one outside fades.
And now 7 seconds to go before halftime. Kendrick does have 1 timeout left still, so you could try something quick over the middle, burn that final timeout, and then take a shot to the end zone. 8-man football, nobody's kicking here.
No. I'd be very shocked if I saw a field goal.
From the 19, and now I think, penalty flags come out. Delay a game on Kendrick. What the heck is, because these are 2 fundamentally sound football teams. They're well coached, they're disciplined. Like, I know we just had Halloween. It's like Invasion of the Body Snatchers or something. Like,
I'm wondering if that ref's just got a quick count going on or something, because both teams are getting it now.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the delayed games, but it's also the illegal substitutions.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Oh man, it's just kind of.
Especially for a quarterfinal game, you'd think it'd be more poised and stuff, but.
So 2nd and 10 after all of that. 7 seconds to go before halftime. Kirkland over the middle. Broken up again by Roberts with 3 seconds to go before halftime. And if Roberts is a couple inches taller, he probably picks that. But he had to dive for it. Ends up off his fingertips, and they were trying to go to Sawyer Hewitt. Again, in that near corner of the end zone, incomplete. 3 seconds to go before halftime, and now you take one more shot at it here and see what you can get.
I think Kamiah might deepen it up a little bit too. I mean, they have to have a shot at the end zone, so.
Boy, man, I'll tell you what, though. Kendrick's got some, like if Raleigh Rotsitsender catches it short, he can make guys miss, too. So
true.
Man.
Maybe try to get Raleigh or Sawyer into open space here with a couple blockers in front of you.
That's what makes this team so tough to defend. 3 seconds to go before halftime. Should be the final play, barring the penalty. Kirkland feeling the heat, and down he goes. Sacked back at the 30-yard line, and that's how the first half will conclude. In on the sack for Kamiah, Rylan Skinner, the sophomore.
Yeah, that's a huge defensive stop for Kamiah right there to head into the locker room with a lot of momentum on your shoulders, getting your kids fired up.
So officially there, Kirkland loses about 14 yards on the sack, and that will take us to halftime. Kendrick leads Kamiah 18-6 in this 2A state quarterfinal. The winner will move on to play Logos next week in the semifinals. We'll take a break for the halftime show, come back with the first half stats. Get a look at that 2A scoreboard as well. Some interesting games going on. And
Yep. I think.
Semifinals are almost set. So we'll do all that right after this break. You're listening to the 2024 2A State Quarterfinals on IdahoSports.com.
P1FCU has been serving Vandals across the Northwest for decades. Now, we're investing even more in Idaho students. We are helping make the BEAMS financial literacy program available to all students and providing student athletes access to money management support through Elevate Idaho. Without our members, we couldn't impact these students' financial wellness. Become a member and get your exclusive Vandal debit card to help support Vandal Nation. Visit p1fcu.org/govandals to learn more.
Dear road rivals, every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan. Nissan and Ford charge extra for maintenance. At Toyota, we take care of our drivers. Join us. Toyota. Toyota. Let's go places.
Let's talk about open enrollment for health insurance. Your Health Idaho's got you covered with all you need to know. Open enrollment is the time of year where you can enroll in or change your health insurance coverage. And Your Health Idaho is the place to go for quality coverage at a lower cost. 25% of enrollees pay $25 or less. Make sure to enroll by December 16th to get covered and save money.
This year, help dreams come true with the Ideal Idaho 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits, ownership flexibility Ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, K-12 education, and student loan repayment. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org if you would like to learn more.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks.
All the way, all the way. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
Dear Freedom, here's to more miles driven, more dollars saved, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota Hybrids. Toyota. Let's go places.
Let's talk about open enrollment for health insurance. Your Health Idaho's got you covered with all you need to know. Open enrollment is the time of year where you can enroll in or change your health insurance coverage. And Your Health Idaho is the place to go for quality coverage at a lower cost. 25% of enrollees pay $25 or less. Make sure to enroll by December 16th to get covered and save money.
We're Valleywide Cooperative. For 100 years, we've been your first choice for residential and commercial propane, fuels, oils, and lubricants. We service HVAC, install water heaters, propane tanks, and accessories. And yes, we'll even deliver right where you need it. Because for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valleywide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Dear Triathlon, let's take on iconic trails and race straight to the top. What's the point of winning if you can't enjoy the view? Yours, Toyota SUVs. Toyota. Let's go places.
It is halftime from the Kibbie Dome on the campus of the University of Idaho in Moscow. Quarterfinal number 2 tonight here, all in the 2A bracket. We had the bottom half of the bracket tonight. Brandon Baney with Tim Silflo and Ty Kep. In our first game tonight, it was number 2 Logos over number 7 Grace, 58-18. And then here at halftime, so Logos moving on and awaits the winner of this game. And at halftime, number 3 Kendrick over number 6 Kamiah, 18-6. Kind of a weird, funky first half, Tim. Both teams kind of a lot of self-inflicted penalties, a lot of delay of game penalties, high snaps, turnovers. Each side's, turned it over a couple times. Unusual to see that from these two teams.
Yeah. No, it's kind of concerning to see, what's going on with both teams. I'm sure there's some nerves. But yeah, I mean, you said it, it's kind of, for lack of better words, it's kind of ugly, from both sides. And, you've got two really good coaches. I think they're going to be in the locker room talking about all those mistakes and talking about, kind of hurting yourselves. And I think you're going to come back out and you're going to see two better football teams, in my opinion.
Kendrick does get the ball to start the second half, and they have at least bankrolled that 2-score lead, which definitely helps. Let's take a look at the first half stats here. We'll start with Kendrick. They are leading at the break. 76 rushing yards, 96 passing yards. That's a total of 172. Kamiah, minus 11 rushing yards, 123 passing yards, so 112 yards of total offense there. And so, yeah, Kendrick, 2 scores and about 60 yards of offense better in that first half. For Kendrick, the leading rusher is Xavier Carpenter, 7 carries for 72 yards. Sawyer Hewitt has 6 carries for 23 yards and the touchdown. And Maddox Kirkland, 5 carries for minus 19 yards and a touchdown. He's taken some sacks, that's why he's got the negative, but he did get the rushing touchdown earlier on. Kirkland, 7 of 17 passing, 96 yards, a touchdown and an interception. Leading receiver, Raleigh Rotsitsender, 4 catches for 43 yards and a touchdown. Sawyer Hewitt, 2 catches for 36 yards, and Cade Silflo, 1 grab for 17 yards. So when we look at those first half numbers for Kendrick, 7 of 17 passing, Tim, and they've tried to take those one-on-one shots. They're not getting the separation that they're used to.
No, they're not. I mean, Kamiah, they have some good defensive back. They're physical. They're good athletes. For me, what I would look at is that stat line from Sawyer Hewitt. I think you got to try to get Sawyer a little bit more involved. Maybe look at going. Cade Silflo's got 1 reception, but maybe if you can't get him beat over the top, try to start getting him underneath a little bit, get some screens, get some short, quick passes, and try it that way. But yeah, you're right. They've been going after Todd Roberts at corner, listed at 5'7", 125 pounds. He doesn't play like that. He plays a lot bigger, and he's doing a really good job of defending those one-on-one passes over there.
He has had a number of deflections tonight, one that was picked off by Dave Clute in the end zone for his 7th interception of the season. And now the Kamiah stats. The rushing game, we talked about it, minus 11 yards. Dave Clute, 3 carries for minus 11. Everett Oatman, 3 carries for the Bagel, 0. And that's why they're 6 carries, minus 11 yards. But Ty, Kamiah makes no bones about it. Hey, we're going to live and die with that right arm of Dave Clute back there at quarterback.
And I don't blame him. I mean, if I was them, I'd keep spreading it out and throwing the ball around. But I feel like at some point in time they're going to have to mix, like on some 3rd and shorts, 4th and shorts, they're going to have to mix some kind of run play in there just to try and get a yard, throw Kendrick off guard. But if the pass is working and they're going to keep getting first downs and moving the ball, I'd keep up with that.
I mean, their best opportunity on 4th and 2 was undone by not 1 but 2 consecutive delay of game penalties, and then they had to punt. But otherwise, for Kamiah, Clute 10 of 17 passing, 123 yards, a touchdown, but also a very uncharacteristic interception, only his 2nd of the season and only the 9th of his entire 4-year starting career. Everett Oatman, the leading receiver, 3 catches, 71 yards and a touchdown. Landon Roberts, 3 catches for 21 yards. It is Gavin Schoening, 1 catch for 22, and Lawson Landmark, 3 catches for 9. And so they're trying to get Lawson Landmark involved a little bit, but Kendrick's been on him pretty tightly. So I guess you do have to 3 different receivers with 3 receptions.
Yep, moving the ball around. I mean, that just means Kendrick can't key on, they can't key on Oatman. They got to watch out for Schoening and Landmark and Roberts. I mean, they're doing a good job of spreading the ball around.
And if we take a look now at what else is going on in the 8-man ranks, 2A and 1A. In this 2A bracket, Butte County played the number 1 seed. They played Thursday night, the only Thursday night game in the state. They beat Rimrock by the final of 70-21. And so Butte County moving on to the semifinals. In our 4 versus 5 matchup tonight, Valley hosting Hagerman tied. All-time classic, came down to basically the last play. What happened at the end of this game?
So it sounds like with about 1:30 left, Kai Kendall had a pick 6 right there, and then Valley got the ball back and was driving down quick, and it sounds like they got inside the 10 and then fumbled it, and Hagerman recovered it. So, I mean, it sounds like it could have been Valley, but they fumbled it there right at the end, and Hagerman pulled off the win. Probably one of the games of the year.
That's wild. So Hagerman and Butte County in 1 semifinal. In our earlier game tonight, Logos defeats Grace 58-18. In the bottom half of the bracket now, Seamus Wilson, our IdahoSports.com player of the game, 140 rushing yards with 3 touchdowns, 138 passing yards with 3 touchdowns. And then 1 seat at the table left still. Who's going to advance to the Final Four? Is it going to be Kendrick or is it going to be Kamiah? Tim, give me a key to the second half for each team, and then I'll ask Ty to do the same.
I'm going to go right back to just cleaning it up and just being on point, getting your heads out of that thought that you've made a bunch of mistakes and, quit turning the ball over, quit having penalties, and just go play football. I think for both teams, honestly, that's what you got to get to. For Kendrick, you got to find some of those big plays that you're used to and kind of get your swagger back. And Kamiah, you just, again, clean it up a little bit and keep seeing what Clute can do and see if he can take you all the way to a win here.
Ty, keys to the second half?
I think for Kamiah, they just got to keep doing the same thing they're doing. They're playing great defense, covering the pass great. They just got to keep working outside with Clute and his rollouts and 5-yard outs, short passes and all that stuff. And with Kendrick, to be honest with you, I think that second quarter they went to passing too much. I think they need to go back to Xavier Carpenter getting 5 yards a gain. It's going to chew the clock out, but I think they need to go back to it because they haven't been completing passes. It hasn't been there tonight, and there's going to be off nights, and that night or tonight is that night, I guess. But
everything out there tonight has been a struggle in terms of yard. Like, it's just been like a game you just had to grind out.
Yeah.
Like, on both sides, it's been tough. Now, part of that is the defense. The defensive lines for both teams playing like their hair's on fire.
Yep.
For sure. And just we haven't seen any of those over the top, take the top off type plays. So we'll see if either side can get some home run swings going here in the second half. But it's been a lot of singles.
I think that's kind of what Kamiah and Kendrick were preparing. They wanted to take away the big stuff. Well, they're both so used to it that now they have to have the little stuff and be okay with that, but they're not used to it at all, so it seems odd to them.
These teams did play just a couple weeks ago, October 11th, and Kendrick won that game fairly decisively, 56-12. That is a far cry from what we've got tonight. As we get ready for our second half kickoff, Kamiah gonna squib it, and Kamiah! Did they recover it? Landon Roberts, I think he fell on it at the 39-yard line. He did. Squib kick, Kendrick wasn't ready, and Landon Roberts recovers for the Cubs. What a start to the second half for Kamiah, Tim.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say you gotta be the first team that's gonna see who's gonna come out and throw the first big punch, and Kamiah just landed a pretty solid one right there.
Wow, so Kamiah gets the ball to start this third quarter after they kicked off, and it was a squibber. It wasn't like they were trying to onside kick it, but Kendrick just didn't come up and field it. And so 1st and 10 for the Cubs with the ball at the Kendrick 40-yard line. Clute out of the gun, 2 receivers to the right, Roberts in motion now to the left, so it's a 4-wide set. Clute has time, throws right over the middle, and it's picked. Like he threw it right to Orion Stewart. Stewart on the return now, the 45, the 40, and out to the 35-yard line. I mean, that looked like Stewart was the intended receiver, threw it right to him.
Yeah, I'm not even sure Stewart moved from where he started. He just kind of sat in a hole right there, and Clute must have thought he had a receiver coming there or something, and yeah, I threw it right in his chest.
I guess we were talking about both teams trying to clean it up right here to start in the second half, but I guess we're just going to go back to the first half grinding out again.
I mean, Kamiah gets it on a squib kick, then they turn it over right away on that. I mean, that reminds me of the first game we did tonight where Logos fumbled it, and then on the next play they threw an interception to Grace. I mean, it was just crazy. Wow, so that now for Orion Stewart, he's got a sack, a forced fumble, and an interception tonight. That's pretty good. 1st and 10 for Kendrick now from the Kamiah 35-yard line. They hand off to Hewitt right side, and Hewitt's got the corner, the 15, the 10, and finally brought down at the 5. Well, they'll mark him down at the 7-yard line, so that is a gain of 23 yards, and it'll be 1st and goal here for Kendrick.
Tell you what, my hat's off to Everett Oatman for catching Sawyer right there. Not very many people catch Sawyer Hewitt.
So it is 1st and goal for the Tigers, and I guess Ty asking you shall receive. One play, one handoff to Sawyer Hewitt.
I think that's what they have to keep doing is keep handing the ball off. I mean, especially you got Carson Hogan back. I mean, I'm trying to get him more reps with run blocking and get more used to it. I mean, they're going to need that in later weeks if they advance.
1st and goal from the 7. They give to Hewitt straight up the middle, spinning like a top and carrying a man into the end zone for the touchdown. And Kendrick head coach Zane Hobart trying to fire up his guys, saying, let's go. We're up 24-6 now.
That's a great run from Sawyer. You know, you're so used to watching Sawyer get out in space and use his speed and make people miss, and he just went north and south right there and put his head down and got 6 points.
7-yard touchdown run for Sawyer Hewitt right up the middle. I'm still trying to process that interception that Clute threw. We've seen him throw more interceptions tonight than he had all season. He's doubled his interception total. He's tripled it.
All 3 interceptions this season have went to Kendrick, too. That's what's crazy.
Yeah. Kirkland, 2-point try, and for the first time tonight, somebody converts a 2-point attempt as well, as it's Sawyer Hewitt. Hey, it's Sawyer Hewitt's world, and we're all living in it, and so it is 26-6. Kendrick with 11:11 to play in the third.
CHS Primeland, a division of CHS Inc., is an ag, retail, and grain handling cooperative in Lewiston, Idaho, and the surrounding area. CHS Primeland would like to wish both the Kendrick Tigers and Kamiah Cubs the best of luck in the state football playoffs. If you can feed it, farm it, fence it, fuel it, or fertilize it, you can find it at CHS Primeland. Revora Estate Vineyards and Winery is owned by 3 generations of the Hewitt family and located just a short drive from Lewiston, Idaho. Plan a day trip to savor our award-winning wines in our beautiful state-of-the-art tasting room, or sip a house-crafted River Ranch Brewing Company beer on the deck or patio overlooking the scenic Clearwater River. All of us at Revora would like to wish the Kendrick Tigers the best of luck at state. Go Tigers! For all of us at Phil's Family Foods, we are wishing the Kendrick Tigers all the best on yet another state championship run. Good luck, boys.
Man, we've had some wild games tonight, guys. Minico beats Bishop Kelly in triple overtime tonight.
Oh, my gosh. Wow.
Kimberly beats Fruitland in overtime by a point, 27-26. So Minico won 41-35 in overtime. Firth beat Grangeville 15-14.
Jeez.
So
playoff footballs or anything better?
Yeah. Wild night. Here's the kickoff. Everett Oatman across the 40 up the near sideline and out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Actually, they'll mark him back at the 44, where it will be 1st and 10 for Kamiah. Cubs moving left to right here in our third quarter of action, and now down 26-6 tie. They pretty much have to cash in on every drive.
Yeah, they do. I mean, Klute's thrown 2 interceptions and had a fumble early in the game. I mean, if it's me, they have to stop turning the ball over if they want any chance moving forward.
1st and 10 for the Cubs. They'll send 2 receivers to the left, single receiver to the right. Tailback on the right hip of Klute here. Kamiah down 20 with 11:05 to play in the third. Everett Oatman in motion left to right. Klute has time. Now feels the heat, backpedaling and throwing it out of bounds. And gets piled up at the end there with Brock Boyer.
Yeah, he had Brock Boyer and Wyatt Cook both just bearing down on him, and he did a good job to not take a sack there.
It was one of those where he just kept going back further and further, and you're like, oh boy, you're running out of green turf. And so Klute throws it incomplete. Live to fight another down. 2nd and 10 for Kamiah.
During the warm-ups there after halftime, I noticed that Jaden Crow is no longer in a uniform, so they must have decided he wasn't going to be able to go for this game. It's kind of hoping maybe you'd get to see him get out on the field and get some reps.
I think he only played in their season opener against Lapway.
2nd and 10. Pass is complete to Oatman, but oh, what a hit delivered after the 3-yard gain. A brilliant open field tackle on that far sideline by Kendrick. And
Cade Silflo.
Oh my gosh, Silflo. A missile, and boy, Everett Oatman may have gotten the wind knocked out of him. He's a little slow to get up. Injury timeout here. Officially a 4-yard completion from Klute to Oatman, but man, Oatman caught it, and he did not see Silflo coming.
No.
He's okay. I think he just got the wind knocked out of him, but man. You know,
and a good clean football hit. That was, that was a textbook tackle. That was a great hit by Cade.
You know, and going back to Jaden Crow, we were talking about it for Kamiah hurting very early in the season. I think that is the guy they were kind of counting on to be their bruiser, that running back.
Yep.
And so we talk about, well, Kamiah never runs it. Well,
that's
running
why.
back's been out all year.
So that's
makes it tough. 3rd and 7. Klute hit as he throws. Deep shot, overshoots everybody. Lawson landmarked the intended receiver, but they had double coverage on him that time with Silflo and Carpenter. And again, there's just no time for Klute to even process.
No, he's getting Kendrick's defensive line's getting a great push, and Klute kind of signaled to his receiver there to maybe run it up the field just a little bit more. So maybe they're not quite on the same page, but
I think earlier in the year when Kamiah and Prairie played, Prairie blitzed them a lot, and I think that's what Kendrick's doing right now is taking that out of Prairie's playbook and sending a lot of pressure to Klute.
4th and 7. Klute backpedaling again, looking to escape the pressure, rolling out to the opposite side. Now has plenty of time. Klute gonna fire it deep. Has a man landmark, just overshot him though, and that is a turnover on downs. Right back to Kendrick, and boy, it's so hard, Ty, when you're on the run to deliver that ball accurately, and he was only off by a yard or two, but on 4th down, that's enough.
Especially when he's on the run to the right, off his back foot, throwing 40 yards down the field.
And he had it. His receiver was open, too.
Yeah,
he had him. Yeah.
And the thing is he didn't underthrow him. He overthrew him.
I mean, that's impressive.
Exactly. That's what it wasn't underthrown. It was overthrown.
Oh, 9:59 to go in the third. Kendrick takes over at the Kamiah 48-yard line. I think Coach Hobart had a very spirited talk with his guys at halftime.
Yep.
And then the first kickoff of the second half, Kendrick's kind of asleep and lets Kamiah recover it. I think that really lit the fire under Kendrick, because they have come out and really taken it to Kamiah since. Timeout by what? Well, as soon as I say that, though, Ty, you're just Kendrick having to squander an early timeout with 9:59 to go in the third.
CHS Primeland, a division of CHS Inc., is an ag retail and grain handling cooperative in Lewiston, Idaho, and the surrounding area. CHS Primeland would like to wish the Kamiah Cubs the best of luck in the state football playoffs. If you can feed it, farm it, fence it, fuel it, or fertilize it, you can find it at CHS Primeland. IdahoRiverLand.com, home of Idaho Country Properties and Kamiah Properties. We are a group of local realtors working for a local broker dedicated to supporting our local community. Make an appointment today to interview one of our knowledgeable agents to see how we can help you list and sell your property. Find us at IdahoRiverland.com, and go Cubs. Ireland Drywall and Teresa's Daycare wishes all the best to the Tigers in the playoffs.
That would be the famous coach Ron Ireland.
Ah, he just retired.
He did.
As the girls basketball coach at Kendrick. Quarterback keeper for Kirkland. Flags come out at the end of the play as well. Ty, it looked like there he was supposed to hand off, but the running back was not there.
Yeah, it looks like it was either supposed to be a handoff or some kind of option, but I think they were both confused on which way to go. That's some stuff with Kendrick. I bet Hobart's not very happy and wants that cleaned up.
So officially no gain on the run by Kirkland, but a 5-yard face mask penalty against Kamiah at the end will make it. I guess officially they gave Kirkland 2 yards on that run, because now it's 2nd and 3 for Kendrick.
Yeah. Kamiah just seems to keep kind of hurting themselves again here in the second half. They're not out of this game whatsoever. They can clean it up and get themselves right back into this.
2nd and 3, pitch out left side to Hewitt. And Hewitt cuts back up across the 35 up to the 32-yard line. And so a gain of 9 there for Sawyer Hewitt. And again, enough to move the chains. 9:25 to play in the third. 26-6 lead for Kendrick. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Ball at the Kamiah 32-yard line. And I think early in the first half, Sawyer Hewitt, just coming back from a hamstring injury, had missed a handful of games. And I think they were trying to ease him back into it.
It could have been, yeah.
Now they know, okay, no more messing around.
Yeah, we need to get you going here.
1st and 10. Hewitt in motion to the right, now back to the left. Low snap again. Kirkland is just going to keep it and has room to run across the 20 to the 16-yard line. I mean, that looked like another busted play there, Ty, but it works.
It definitely was a busted play. I think snap was a little low. He was going to hand it off to Xavier Carpenter right there, but it was too late, so he just took off and followed his blocks.
He also got an extra couple of yards from a great block from the referee on David Clute. I don't know if you guys saw that, but Clute was coming in hard, and the ref just kind of turned and blocked him right off right there. So
unintentionally, huh? So 1st and 10. And penalty flags come out again before this play can get started. It is a false start. So now you're looking at 1st and 15 from the 21-yard line of the Cubs. 8-10 and counting here in the third. And I gotta think, I haven't looked down in front of me, but I gotta think Logos is here watching.
Yeah, I haven't seen him.
I play the winner of this game, and Kirkland just takes it himself off the left side again, and a couple of yards, not much more than that, and then kind of a pile up at the bottom there with Everett Oatman. I'm going to call it a 5-yard gain for Kirkland, and it's 2nd and 11 now for the Tigers from the Kamiah 17-yard line. 7.5 to go here in the third, and a 26-6 lead for Kendrick. Kirkland, handoff, left side. This is Hewitt spinning and brought down at the 11-yard line. They've got to get to the 6 for the first down. So a nice run of 6 there to bring up 3rd and 5. And Hewitt had 6 carries in the first half. He's already got 4 just in this third quarter alone. So
I'm sure he's a lot happier.
Time to level up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. 6.5 to play in the third. Kendrick up 20, trying to add to it. 2 receivers to the right, single receiver to the left. Man in motion right to left is Kimberly. And they go up the middle to Hewitt into the end zone for the Kendrick touchdown. That is a 12-yard touchdown run for Sawyer Hewitt.
Yeah, he had some great blocks, and Brock Boyer got upfield and made a really good block right about the goal line to free him into the end zone there.
I use this analogy a lot. It's kind of like the lion that plays with its dinner a little bit before it finally decides, all right, I'm hungry, and I'm just going to tear in here. And
well, we kind of saw the same thing in the first game with Logos. Going into halftime, it wasn't, it really wasn't decided at all, and then Logos came out after halftime and really just kind of ran away with it. But
so 12-yard touchdown run for Hewitt. Kendrick going to line up and go for 2 here. Kirkland all alone out of the shotgun. Receiver to either side, tight end on either side. Kirkland, a little box route, little post up. Rotes at sender, posting up on Roberts, and they get the 2-point conversion. And again, Coach Hobart pretty fired up on that Kendrick sideline. Yep. Now, does he do that after every touchdown, or is it just in this game?
I've watched him. I really feel like when he kind of senses that maybe the team is not performing the way they need to, and then they start doing some good things, he's trying to get the crowd fired up, get the kids fired up.
Yeah. 6:24 to go in the third, and 34-6. Kendrick. We'll thank a few more of our sponsors. Ty?
For over 140 years, the McGregor Company has been a cornerstone of the dedication to agriculture in the Pacific Northwest, serving growers with seed, crop inputs, and equipment needed to grow healthy and sustainable crop. The McGregor Company dedicated people who care about families, about the environment, and about the communities we serve. Good luck to the Kendrick Tigers. Heimgartner Farms is a proud supporter of the Kendrick Tigers. Good luck, boys. IdahoRiverland.com, home of the Idaho Country Properties and Kamiah Properties. We are a group of local realtors working for a local brokerage dedicated to supporting our local community. Make an appointment today to interview one of our knowledgeable agents to see how we can help you list a sale of property. Find us at IdahoRiverland.com, and go Cubs.
So everybody, Logos has started slow. Kendrick started a little slow tonight. Kamiah certainly started slow. Mm-hmm. You get the feeling as we get to the Final Four, and it's Butte County, Hagerman, Logos, and TBD. Certainly looks like Kendrick with 6:24 to go, but you feel like these semifinals and championship are going to be decided by which team can start fast.
Yeah, I would agree with you 100%.
Here's a nice return by Matthew Oatman of Kamiah. So they kick away from Everett Oatman. They kick to his cousin Matthew Oatman instead. And Matthew says, hey, the good kick return genes, it runs in the family. And Matthew returns it out to the Kendrick 38-yard line, where it will be 1st and 10. They actually put it back at the 39. But we've seen that this year in a year, Ty, where everybody's been beating everybody, right? Mm-hmm. We've kind of mentioned this circle of defeats where Logos, Butte County beat Logos, and Logos beat Kendrick, and Hagerman beat Butte County, and Valley beat Hagerman. And it shows that everybody's pretty evenly matched. So you have to start fast.
Exactly. I mean, it's kind of just who comes out with more energy right off the beginning and can stick with it throughout. But I mean, especially in this game, Kendrick didn't come out with a lot of energy, but neither did Kamiah, and it's kind of just slowly gotten better throughout the second half here. But
false start penalty against Kamiah, and they let the play continue.
I actually think it was a legal procedure. They didn't have enough guys on the line of scrimmage.
Oh, gotcha.
Both or all three receivers out to the left were lined up in the backfield.
The hand motions for false start and illegal procedure are strikingly similar.
Yeah. Yeah, change something up there.
Yeah. Maybe just slow the roll down.
Maybe
yeah. That's how, when I was a kid, Dante Culpepper, he was the quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings. He would always celebrate his touchdowns by just slowly kind of
I remember that.
moving his arms like he was doing a penalty. 1st and 15 for Kamiah after the illegal procedure. Ball back at their own 44-yard line now. 2 receivers to the right, single receiver to the left. Kamiah working left to right. Clute hit as he throws, taking a deep shot for landmark. 50-50 ball is picked at the 15-yard line by Raleigh Rotsitsender on the near sideline. Clute just doesn't have time to breathe, has to throw up a 50-50 ball, and it is picked off by Rotsitsender at the 15.
After throwing 1 interception in the regular season, he's now thrown 3 tonight.
Yeah, he's quadrupled his interception total.
Which is very unbelievable because he is a very smart and poised quarterback.
And he came into tonight with a career of 80 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. I really thought, man, it'd be cool if he kept it to single digits for a 4-year career, but we have gone past that now. But
and that this shouldn't define his career.
No,
you know, and you know, throughout the years, he's played really good defenses. So you know, he's trying to put his team on his shoulders and make some plays, and those kind of things are gonna happen.
So Kendrick takes over 1st and 10 following the interception by Raleigh Rotsitsender. They're going to pitch it out to the right side across the 35 out to about the 39-yard line. Sawyer Hewitt again. They'll mark him out at the 38 officially. And so from the 15 to the 38, that is a gain of 23 and a 1st down.
A great job by Clute there on defense to not let Sawyer get the sideline there and save a touchdown.
1st and 10, Kendrick from their own 38, working right to left, 5:38 and rolling here in the 3rd quarter of action.
Ooh, about a fumbled snap.
Another messed up snap.
And that leads to Kirkland basically eating it back at the 30-yard line. Everett Oatman in there for the stop for Kamiah, and it looked like maybe Rylan Skinner in there as well. Officially, it's going to be a loss of 8 for Kirkland, and it's 2nd and 18. And again, you know, there's been a lot of adventures on the center to quarterback exchange tonight. Carson Hogan, the starting center for Kendrick, has missed basically the entire season with injury and just made his return tonight. So you expect some hiccups and things like that. Kendrick going to take their 2nd time out of the half here with 4:56 to play in the 3rd and leading 34-6. Ty, we got any more sponsors?
Yep. For over 140 years, the McGregor Company has been a cornerstone of dedication to the agriculture in the Pacific Northwest, serving growers with the seed, crop inputs, and equipment needed to grow a healthy, sustainable crop. The McGregor Company dedicated people who care about farm families, about the environment, about the communities we serve. Good luck to the Kendrick Tigers. CHS Primeland, a division of CHS Inc., is an ag retail and grain handling cooperative in Lewiston, Idaho, and the surrounding area. CHS Primeland would like to wish the Kamiah Cubs the best of luck in the state football playoffs. If you can feed it, farm it, fence it, fuel it, or fertilize it, you can find it at CHS Primeland. From all of us at Phil's Family Foods, we're wishing the Kendrick Tigers all of the best on yet another state championship run. Good luck, boys.
So after the timeout here, it'll be 2nd down and 18 for Kendrick. Kirkland back to pass, has time. Now the protection breaks down, and are they going to call it an incomplete pass? Yes, they are. Clute came on the blitz that time and forced the incomplete pass from Kirkland, but boy, he was about a nanosecond away from eating turf on the sack.
It looked like they were trying to set up a screen pass, and Clute just came in like a missile and didn't give him any time to get it off.
Well, and Everett Oatman kind of sniffed that screen out, so he just stayed there at the line of scrimmage. He couldn't find who the screen was, but he kind of stayed in the way, so Kirkland couldn't throw it.
So 3rd and 18 now for the Tigers. 4:50 to play here in the third, and just trying to pick up some positive yardage. We have not seen Kendrick punt tonight, I'm pretty sure, right?
No, I don't think we have, no.
Kendrick doesn't punt typically a lot over the course of this 4-year run. 3rd and 18. Kirkland delivers and nearly picked. It goes through the hands of Matthew Oatman around the 45-yard line. Incomplete, and that will bring up 4th down.
He hauls that in. He's heading right into the end zone untouched. He had a wide open pick six right there.
I bet Kendrick will punt right here, though.
I got to be honest, I've done a lot of Kendrick games over the years in the playoffs. I don't know that I've ever seen him punt, so this might be a first for me. We'll see. For the moment, Kirkland's lining up in a normal formation, but he may quick kick it here. I don't know if Kirkland handles the punting.
He is their punter, I believe. Oh, yeah, he's backing up.
And Kamiah sure doesn't believe it. They don't have anybody back to receive, and now he got a penalty, delay of game against Kendrick. That
9 guys on the field.
Oh, illegal substitution. Yep, 9 guys. The first round hangover here in the quarterfinals for each of these teams. Each team's had breakthrough wins in the opening round of the postseason. And maybe it's playing indoors. You know, both teams played outside last week.
I mean, they look like completely different teams from the games we watched last week.
Yeah. So Kirkland will punt here. Oatman will field it at the 40-yard line, gets a block from Roberts, heads toward the near sideline, will stutter step and step out of bounds right at the 50-yard line. So that's a nice return there from Everett Oatman. And it will be 1st and 10 for Kamiah with the ball right at the 50-yard line. And, 34-6. Yes, Kendrick's got the multi-score lead here, but Kamiah, and the way I got to be honest, this third quarter feels like it's taken 5 hours.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of time left in the game still.
Yeah, there really is. Again, back to kind of said this earlier, 8-man football. You put up a lot of points in a hurry, so there's a lot of time for Kamiah to get back in this game.
Can the Cubs take advantage, though? 1st and 10 from the 50. They try a screen pass or a little swing pass out to the flat left side, and Clute throws it a little high for Roberts off his fingertips, incomplete. And sometimes when you're 6'5" and you're throwing at 5'7", that ball can sail on you a little bit.
That's a tough throw, yeah.
2nd and 10. .432 to play here in the third. And Kamiah trying to get something going here. 2nd and 10, ball right at the 50-yard line. Kamiah working left to right. 3 receivers to the right. Clute rolling out left side, throws for landmark, incomplete. Silflo with the coverage. And on a play like that, Ty, it's clear who they're going to because the other 3 receivers were on the opposite side of the field, and Clute rolled out to the single receiver side.
Yep, it is. I think they're doing that, but they're also setting up. They have Gavin Schoening lined up as a tight end right now, and he's running kind of like a deep post type drag thing. I think they're rolling out. Maybe at some point they'll look backside to him because he's kind of going over the top.
Silflo's done a nice job in coverage tonight for Kendrick.
Yep.
This is a battle we'll probably see next year as well. Landmark and Silflo both going to return to their respective sides. Clute on 3rd and 10. Pocket collapses, delivers a strike. It's caught over the middle at the 31-yard line. That's Schoening. You called it, Ty.
Yep.
Eventually they were going to try and find the tight end. They hit him for a gain of 19 and a 1st down.
We got Tony Romo in here or what?
19 yards to Schoening. And new life for Kamiah. They're actually going to put it right at the 30, so that's a 20-yard completion. 1st and 10 for Kamiah from the Kendrick 30. Clute fires the out route. It is complete. Rotsit Sender there immediately to make the tackle on Todd Roberts. And that may get a yard. Yep, that's it. Now they're going to give him 1.5. We'll call it 2 officially. Make it second and a long 8 here.
Those were some of those out routes they had luck, the first time when they played Kendrick. Just real quick passes, get 5 yards, 5 yards, 5 yards.
I think because they're missing their running back, those are their running plays. Those little 5-yard outs and them curls, and they're using those as their running plays.
Second and 8. Clute, little middle screen. It's off the hands. Intended receiver Landmark, and boy, it caromed and nearly went to Orion Stewart, who was in the neighborhood. Incomplete pass, though, on the middle screen, and it is 3rd and 8.
Orion Stewart, his dad's an old Kamiah Cub as well.
Boy, what's this, a migration north from Kamiah to Kendrick? I'm trying to think on the map here. Kendrick's a little, northwest of Kamiah?
Yeah.
3rd and 8 for the Cubs. 3 receivers to the left, tight end to the right. Clute, protection breaks down, throws it one-handed to his lineman.
That was illegal, I believe.
Yeah, that
lineman wasn't even expecting to catch that right there.
He stopped for a second, like I'm not supposed to have it, and then he took, I'm going to go. I'm going to take advantage of this.
Well, that was Damian Ochoa. He's used to having the ball in his hands with those
yeah.
5 interceptions on defense, but you are correct, Ty. An eligible receiver. Doing his best, Patrick Mahomes there, where the pressure was on, and kind of took it with his opposite hand and just pitched it. Loss of down, and so 4th and 9, 4th and 8 still. And it's been a tough day for those sophomores up front for Kamiah, but again, they're only sophomores.
Yeah, it's a great experience for them. I mean, moving forward, they're going to be even better next year, and that's going to help out.
4 wide, 2 to either side. Kendrick shows like they're going to blitz, and they do. They rush 4 again. Clute, protection breaks down, breaks away from the first one, will take off and run, and will be brought down at the 30-yard line. He needed to get 14. He ends up picking up 4, and that will be a turnover on downs. You got to think, like you said, Ty, Kendrick pretty regularly is sending more pass rushers than blockers.
Mm-hmm.
At what point do you have a little extra protection in there to buy some time?
I don't know. I think that's honestly, I think Kamiah, they don't know which side the pressure's coming from, but that's a lot of the reason I think why they're rolling Clute out a lot. They don't want to keep him in the pocket because Kendrick's getting so much pressure.
And they just don't have, it's not as easy as, just put a running back there to chip.
Exactly.
Well, they don't have any big bodies can chip. All the skill guys are smaller. 1st and 10 for Kendrick. Here's a big back. Kamiah could use a guy like this. Sawyer Hewitt off the right guard is going to pick up 8. And it'll be 2nd and 2 for Kendrick from their own 38-yard line. 2.5 to play here in the 3rd. Somebody is going to advance to the semifinals against Logos. We think probably right back here in the Kibbe Dome. Next week, handoff up the middle. 1st down for Hewitt across the 45 up to the 47-yard line. A gain of 9 and a 1st down.
Been a heavy dose of Sawyer Hewitt the second half. And like we talked at halftime, it's something you got to do. You get him back, and he's such an incredible athlete that he is. And plus, you got to get him a little experience on this turf since he's going to be coming back here.
Yeah, that was such exciting news a couple weeks ago when Sawyer Hewitt announced he was committing to the University of Idaho football program.
Yep.
I got to think, there's guys from Kendrick that go on to play college football, certainly. But when was the last time we had a high-impact D1?
Probably in the 90s. Chad Heimgartner spent some time at Boise State.
Yep.
That's, of course, a Kendrick name, Heimgartner. Yep. That's
his son will be a freshman next year.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. That pass from Kirkland was tipped by Everett Oatman, incomplete. And so 2nd and 10 now for Kendrick from their own 47-yard line. And for Kamiah, of course, they've sent some athletes on. Probably none more famous than Kenny Hobart.
Kenny Hobart,
Yep.
yeah.
Kamiah kid, of course.
Yeah, he put Kamiah on the map, that's for sure.
Now they're sending Dave Clute off for basketball, I mean.
And I really think, College of Idaho won the national championship.
Yeah, no,
last year, so that's a big-time NAIA program. Handoff right side, Hewitt trying to get to the edge, will slip out of bounds around the Kamiah 45-yard line.
Yeah,
Penalty
there's a
flag at the
personal
end.
Flag.
And did somebody say something?
I think it's on Oatman. He as soon as he ran out of bounds, shoved his face mask right in Sawyer Hewitt's side of his ear.
Our officials are going to get together and suss this one out. For the moment, an 8-yard run for Hewitt. And Oatman has been jawing a little bit. I mean, the lone touchdown Kamiah scored so far tonight came on that big pass play to Everett Oatman, and he was kind of taunting as he was going to the end zone.
I mean, that's something as a playoff team. You got to think in the back of your head, like, we've had enough penalties tonight. We don't need any more.
Yeah.
I should just zip my mouth and get back to the huddle and get ready for the next play.
Yeah, boy, because that moves it all the way up to the Kamiah 30, and you feel like if Kendrick can get one more score, that's going to be kind of the final blow.
It does, yeah, I would think so too.
I mean, the door is kind of cracked open for Kamiah right now, but Kendrick trying to slam it shut with 1:17 to play in the third, up 34-6. First and 10 from the Kamiah 30. Low snap.
Another
Kirkland
bad
picks
snap.
it up, throws a screen complete to Silflo. Silflo across the 20, out of bounds at the 16-yard line.
I don't know how they're doing this with all these muff snaps and stuff. I mean, they got to figure that out.
And that's one thing. Obviously, it's the rust of Carson because we've obviously Ty played with him and I've watched him for quite a few years.
Yeah,
it's one thing he doesn't do is make bad snaps. He's a very solid center, and he'll get back to it. He'll get some more practice. He'll be okay if they get the chance to move on.
And I mean, the only thing you can do is keep getting the reps and keep working through it, right?
Yep.
I'm not sure how much he practiced this week, but different snapping outside versus indoors as well. First and 10, option pitch left side. This is Kimberline, and Mason Kimberline into the end zone for the first time tonight off the left side. It'll go down as a 16-yard touchdown run for Kimberline.
There's your on the roster offensive lineman scoring a touchdown.
They're getting him as touchdowns because he will be on the line next year for sure.
Yeah, they lose a lot. Kendrick loses a lot of their offensive line, and Nate's a big, strong kid, and I'm sure he probably will be there on the line next year.
Now, is he related to Mason Kimberline?
Little brother. Yep, little brother.
Personal favorite of mine over the years, Moose.
Moose, yep.
I mean,
that's one of those nicknames, I think in 25 years, he'll still be known as Moose.
Yes. 2-point conversion here for Kendrick. I mean, we were broadcasting. It was either a semifinal or a championship in the Dome in Pocatello. And on the broadcast, I mentioned that his name was Moose. And Paul Kingsbury asked me, well, why is his name Moose? And I said, I have no idea. He's like, I'm going to go find his parents and ask. And so he did a live interview with Mason's parents during the game from the stands. Pass is complete to Raleigh. Rotsett sender for the 2-point conversion, and it's 42-6 Kendrick.
They made his Hobart made his nickname Moose because he was always, as a freshman, he was so tall and clumsy and stuff. And
kind of, a little off kilter with the movement.
And he kind of embraced it as he went on. And Mason was such a great kid, but sometimes when he'd do something good, either on the football field or basketball court, he'd put his hands up like moose paddles and kind of wave his head back and forth. So he really embraced it.
Oh, that's great. So Nathan Kimberline with the 21-yard touchdown run and the 2-point pass from Kirkland to Raleigh Rotsett sender, and it's 42-6 Kendrick with 36 seconds to play in the third.
Rivara Estate Vineyards and Winery is owned by 3 generations of the Hewitt family and located just a short drive from Lewiston, Idaho. Plan a day trip to savor our award-winning wines in a beautiful state-of-the-art tasting room, or sip a house-crafted River Ranch Brewing Company beer on the deck patio overlooking the scenic Clearwater River. All of us at Rivara would like to wish the Kendrick Tigers the best of luck at state. Go Tigers.
Did you clear them? That's all of them?
One more.
Okay, might as well get it out of the way here.
More? Okay.
Well, we'll get it after this next play.
I'll get it at the quarter.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Squib kick out of bounds around the 25-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Kamiah from their own 35, following the illegal procedure penalty. I'm curious to know if you've cleared him out, because I'm going to turn the keys over to you again in this fourth quarter, I think, Ty. So.
Yep.
Another thing with Carson Hogan being hurt this season is Carson's always a kicker as well. And Carson's a really good kicker. He onside kicks well. He pooch kicks very well. And, Raleigh's been doing a really good job kicking, but that's kind of another thing they're missing a little bit.
That's a big element that you don't consider.
It is, yeah.
Kamiah 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. Clute out of the gun. Sweet play right side, and Clute will get right back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And he is walloped by Caleb O'Brien and Xavier Carpenter. No gain. Final 15 seconds of the third quarter here. We'll see if Kamiah elects to run another play or not. Logan Keene, the 5'10", 170-pound sophomore, is in there now as kind of a bigger back. We'll see if that.
Maybe that's that extra protection you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, it might change things for Kamiah a little bit here, and that takes us to the end of the third quarter with Kendrick leading Kamiah 42-6.
CHS Primeland, a division of CHS Inc., is an ag retailer and grain handling cooperative in Lewiston, Idaho, and the surrounding area. CHS Primeland would like to wish both the Kendrick Tigers and Kamiah Cubs the best of luck in the state football playoffs. If you can feed it, farm it, fence it, fuel it, or fertilize it, you can find it at CHS Primeland.
All right, we will take a quick break and come back with the fourth quarter right after this on IdahoSports.com.
I'm always looking for new ways to save, but I haven't found anything better than my P1FCU Ascend checking account. It's a free account that earns 3.5% APY of your average monthly balance. That could feed your coffee obsession for 2 weeks. Not only am I earning money, but I also have all the great features of a checking account, like mobile deposit and mobile wallet. Open your Ascend checking account at p1fcu.org and start earning today. APY is the annual percentage yield.
Welcome back to the Kibbe Dome at the campus of Idaho, the University of Idaho in Moscow. Brandon Maney with Tim Silflo and Ty Kep. And as we begin to start the fourth quarter, 42-6 lead for Kendrick. Your captain for the remainder of the flight will be Ty Kep.
Kamiah is starting out here on their own 35-yard line. Clute's in the gun. He's rolling out right, scrambling around back there. And he's just going to throw it away for an incomplete pass. He was kind of brought down by Brock Boyer from behind, but I don't think that's a roughing the passer at all.
Just barely got it out of bounds to avoid the grounding call. And
I also think Brock was real close to almost having a horse collar there, too. He kind of had him by the back of the jersey. And
yeah, one of them. So 3rd and 10 here now, still from the 35.
That's a little 28 on 28 crime, right? Boyer 28 for Kendrick and Clute as a quarterback, number 28 for Kamiah.
Keene's in the motion to the right. Clute's scrambling around. It looks like they were going to throw a screen pass, but now he's going to get brought down for a big sack. Nathan Kimberling and Caleb O'Brien there to take him down for the sack. It looks like it's about a loss of 11 or 12, 11.
That was a really great defensive play by Nathan Kimberling there. He started rushing in, then he realized that maybe there was a screen coming. He kind of sunk back into pass coverage, and Clute didn't have anywhere to go, and then he still ended up helping with the quarterback sack.
Yep.
That was a fantastic play by him.
So it's 4th and 21 from the 24-yard line. It looks to be Kamiah is going to punt this one. 11 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter.
Clute did run that fake punt earlier.
Yeah, that's very true.
He is back there.
And he punts it away. Colt Kep for the return. He's taking it to the left. He gets a good chunk of yard there. I mean, probably about a 16, 17-yard return. So Kendrick's going to take over on Kamiah's 40-yard line.
And back to that last sack there. I mean, Clute was rolling out, and I think obviously he's played with these guys for 4 years. I think there's an expectation that when the play breaks down, forget the play, just find a way to get kind of playground stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think so too.
Clute just nobody ever came back to him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Lawson Landmark was 30 yards downfield.
Yeah.
And never came back to it.
That doesn't help when he was about 12 yards in the backfield. That's a long throw. Hand off to Orion Stewart up the middle. He gets some good blocks, about a gain of 9, 10, maybe. Yeah, it's first down, Kendrick.
So it does look like some of the backups starting to get a little run time here.
Yeah, they got Travis Hicks back in at center. Looks like Carson Hogan's night's probably done. I would have probably assumed Sawyer's is as well.
Some new skill guys. Colt Kep out there.
Yep. Kendrick's football at the 30, 1st and 10. Maddox Kirkland in the gun. Play action fake. Throws a little out route out to Orion Stewart for a good little pickup. About 10 yards, another first down.
Well, I know, David Klute's obviously a fantastic competitor, but you kind of wonder, the basketball coach in me now is starting to wonder, the game's probably out of reach now. Does he stay out there? Does he start thinking about basketball season? Does he want to go to the sideline? But I have a feeling you're going to see him out there until the clock hits 0. But
yeah, he's one of those kids, plays his heart out till the end.
Yeah, there's no way he's leaving that field.
No, I would agree. If I'm his basketball coach, I'm probably hoping he maybe does. But
Nate Kimmerling up the middle. Dave Klute on the tackle for a gain of 5, Kendrick. It looks like Dave Klute and then Matthew Oatman both brought him down. Kendrick's ball at about the 13-yard line. 9 minutes left to go in the game. Score is 42-6. Kendrick leads.
The Kamiah basketball coach, of course, Aaron Skinner. And, when you first look at him, big, tall, strong guy, very intimidating. And then when you talk, nicest guy.
He is, yeah. No, over the course of the years of Kendrick and Kamiah playing basketball, I've gotten to know Aaron very well. And, super guy, always willing to help out, different things. He's given me some really good advice over the years. Fantastic person and coach.
Kendrick's ball, another run, kind of going up the middle, but it looks like Damian Ochoa is going to get him for a 2-yard loss in the backfield, tackled Nathan Kimberling. It kind of looked, he was at backer, and, there was no one there to fill in to block for him, and he played very downhill and made a good play.
So now you're looking at like 3rd and 8 here for Kendrick, and as long as that clock's rolling there, 8:20 to go, 42-6.
Right here, 8 minutes left to go. I don't know if Kendrick's going to hand it off again or if they're just going to run a little short dink pass to the outside. I don't imagine some corner out to the back of the end zone here.
I have seen a lot of times when 33 comes in, they run a little screen pass to him sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. Toss to the right to Nathan Kimberling. He kind of hesitates. 2 great blocks from Wyatt Cook right there. He puts one guy on his butt, and then he still moves on to the next guy and shoves him so Nathan Kimberling can get a little 1-foot diving out of bounds pylon touch for a touchdown.
Yeah, that was Wyatt Cook's. You talk about a pancake block right there. That was
a great job by Wyatt Cook leading the train right there.
Yeah, that was a short stack of pancakes. That was,
yeah, it was.
Wow, and then you could tell that Wyatt Cook was fired up after that play. And like you said, Ty, Kimberling kind of dove for that pylon and got it. And impressive.
Yep. Kendrick's going to take it in the middle for the 2-point conversion here. Kirkland's in the backfield by himself and gun. Ran a little out route to Colt Kep, and then it looks like him and Todd Roberts kind of tripped up, but I guess the refs are going to call that a pass interference. It looked to me like they both kind of just tripped over each other, but
yeah, I think I think this is one that looked worse than it was.
Yeah, definitely was.
Roberts tripped and then kind of fell into Colt Kep and kind of flattened him on his back. But
well, I mean, Colt Kep's just a really tall, clumsy kid. So I mean, Roberts kind of that was kind of an unfair call for him there.
You could say that, of course, your older brother. But
Colt. Speaking of Colt, he was one of those. With Nathan Twite going down and some of these other kids that they've had hurt. Colt stepped in and played a pretty big role in getting some of those wins in the regular season, and good experience for him, especially coming into the playoffs.
Hand off to Nathan Kimberling, and he's just going to walk in untouched.
Yeah, from the one, right?
From the one, yeah.
Half the distance.
Moved it half the distance, yep. Scores 50-6 with 7:48 left in the game here.
Remember at halftime when it was 18-6?
Yeah.
I'll be honest, 50-6 is not something I ever envisioned us approaching.
I wasn't sure if we were going to get there either. I mean, just, the way that first half went and really even kind of how the very start of the third quarter started. I didn't think we'd get here, but
Kamiah had a lot of momentum going into halftime and then getting that kickoff right at the beginning. I mean, I thought it was going to be a lot different than it is right now.
And then Stewart came up with that interception.
Yep, right after kind of just stole it right back from him.
I mean, we're going to have to talk about it, and we're probably going to have to figure it out on air because Ty and I got to go do something after the game down on the field. So we're not going to be able to take a huge post-game break.
Yep.
But I got to think, Orion Stewart with an interception, a sack, and a fumble recovery. I mean, that's a pretty – and that was when the game was in the balance still kind of.
Yeah.
All of that. So it'd be a decent option for our IdahoSports.com player of the game.
Yeah.
Hewitt also has kind of asserted himself with 3 touchdown runs. But
yeah, I think that first touchdown they scored out of halftime, they 3 plays, every one of them to Hewitt, and he got the 2-point conversion. I mean, it's But sometimes, you got to look at a kid like Orion Stewart. A lot of little things like you brought up.
And not only that, he's probably in on a lot of the tackles.
Yeah, I haven't kept track of that on my stat sheet, but double digit for sure.
So Nate Kimberling kicks off to the right side, kicks it out of bounds, so it'll be a flag, and Kamiah will take over at the 35-yard line. Looks like Kendrick's getting a few more subs in. I see number 24 is out there, and number 8, Blake Morgan.
I'm glad to see 33, Leighton Brown Sherrill's back on the field. They were working on his shoulder on the sideline a little bit ago, and it's actually my stepson. I was thinking maybe we were going to have another hospital bill.
There's a good little tackle. Speaking of Leighton, little ankle biter. He got a good little tackle right there to stop Todd Roberts for a gain of 8, so a good run there from Todd.
I was pretty impressed by Keegan Anderson, who just came in. He was blitzing off the right side, and he timed that pretty well from the snap.
Came in late, didn't even stop him.
That kid eats, breathes, and whatever else football. He just loves it.
Kamiah here at the 43-yard line. Another handoff here to Todd Roberts. There's a good tackle from, I believe that's Evan Simpson for gain of 1. So it's 3rd and inches here for Kamiah on their own 45-yard line.
I really like how much Kamiah uses Todd Roberts for his size, and they use him a ton, and he's a good football player.
Yep.
Oh, finally, this might be the tush push. Under center.
Like
there it is.
is.
They get the first down right there at the old tush push.
I've been hoping for it all game, haven't you?
I've been yearning for it. So every week we do the Will Henneke does the Idaho 8-man 3-star awards. He picks 3 standout performers, and then he tries to get an honorable mention from every team that's playing. And I know he's going to ask me after the game, all right, Kamiah, who would you give it to? I'm going to say Landon Roberts. I mean, he's been impressive tonight.
Screen pass to the right to Landmark. He kind of shoots up the seam, and it looks like he might go. Yep, Landmark's going to score on that screen pass. It's about a 55-yard touchdown on the screen pass to Lawson Landmark. As soon as he caught that, he just shot the seam, and there was no one even near him. The backside corner almost caught him, but he outran him. So, touchdown Kamiah, 15-12 now, and they'll get the 2-point conversion from 3 yards out.
So I'm trying to think back when these teams played each other the first time this year. The final score was
56-12.
Spooky. We're pretty close.
Very similar. Clute rolls out to the right. He's going to run. It looks like a little throw to the back of the end zone, and Landmark comes down with it. So 50-14, Kamiah converts on the 2-point conversion with 5 minutes and 51 seconds left to go in the game. And I think Kendrick here is going to get some of the second strings rotating in, you know. With 5 minutes left, I mean, we kind of see what's happening. So get some of the younger guys, and I imagine Kamiah will keep most of the seniors and everything in last football games, so get them some good more minutes.
And for Kendrick now, you just want everybody to be healthy going into a semifinal battle with Logos.
Yeah.
Really, I mean, I know there's lots of guys that have been out this year, but really, I mean, it's Nathan Twite who's the only one, and he's definitely not coming back.
No, he's definitely out.
On crutches.
And also, too, you know, Skaggs kind of talked about it last game, but, you know, Tanner Clemenhagen, you know, going to play hockey and not playing football, that's a big hole left, and especially in the Tiger defense. And you know, he's a good running back, so, you know, that's a big loss that probably doesn't get talked about as much either. But
he and Lane Clemenhagen the last couple of years, not to steal a hockey term, but they're kind of the enforcers.
Yeah,
defense.
They are for sure. But yeah, no, definitely having Nathan Twite out, but, you know, coming back into, it's like they're going to face Logos. You know, if you get everybody else back, I think it gives you a little bit better chance, and it should make for a heck of a football game.
So for our audience that may not know, Tim, you can explain the story after the kickoff here, but you know what Tanner Clemenhagen is doing and pursuing hockey, and it's kind of a cool story, actually.
Clute to kick off, little pooch kick to the right side, and it looks like it rolls out of bounds. It took a weird bounce. Matthew Oatman almost dove for it and got it, but it bounced backwards, almost back behind the 50 after it already crossed.
Yeah, that's some funky backspin. That wasn't going to clear the 10 yards it needed to.
So back to Tanner. Yeah, he's been a hockey player for years, going down to Lewiston and going up and starting to play hockey at Coeur d'Alene, and very good hockey player. I mean, he's just a good athlete, you know, and he got an opportunity to go try out for, and Ty, maybe correct me on this, but kind of a minor league hockey team.
Yep.
And he ended up making the cut, and I'm pretty sure he's the youngest player on the team.
There's a bunch of 20-year-olds and 21-year-olds, and he's like a
16, 17 years old. And so, you know, it's a big deal that he made that hockey team.
Blake Morgan with the run, backup quarterback in for Kendrick. He gets a gain of 4, so it'll do a 2nd and 6 from the Kamiah 48-yard line.
And that hockey team, it's kind of like a minor league or a feeder team, and it's in Spokane, right?
Yes. Yep. Yeah, I think I might have said Coeur d'Alene, but yeah, Spokane. So yeah, he's living up there, and he's still technically a student. He's online for Kendrick, but playing hockey up there, and they travel to Canada a whole bunch to go play, and it you know, it's a very good opportunity for
Blake
him.
Morgan running option to the right with Orion Stewart. He gets a little good gain. It's going to be a first down for the Tigers. Dave Clute on the stopping a touchdown run right there. Dave Clute with a good tackle. I mean, I don't know if we talked about it, but I bet he has the majority of their tackles, Dave Clute. I mean, he's flying around at safety. He saves a lot of plays. I mean, plays downhill at safety. He's doing a great job.
Yeah, him and probably Everett Oatman. He's been in there a lot tonight too. But
looks like Clute maybe coming off the field. I don't know if it'll be for the last time, but getting a hug. Looks like he's getting a big hug from his dad, and pretty good legacy he left, I think.
Yep. He's definitely leaving Kamiah football in a great spot. Handoff to Landon Sneevy. He's kind of juking around and stuff, and he gets probably 7 yards right there. So it'll be 2nd and 7 at the 26-yard line for Kendrick. Kamiah and Kendrick both kind of rotating some younger kids in, getting them some playing time. It's a good experience playing in the Kibbe Dome too. I mean, it's not every day you get to play in a stadium like this.
Yeah. And Dave Clute continuing to get lots of hugs on the sideline from teammates, and yeah, just all good things have to come to an end eventually. And man, one of the iconic careers in recent memory for the White Pine League.
Speed option to the right for Kendrick. Blake Morgan pitches it out to Landon Sneevy. It's good for a first down and a couple more yards. It looks like it'll be 1st and 10 now at the 20-yard line for Kendrick.
Well, and it's good to see that, they're in the first half when David went down with what looked like maybe an ankle injury. Is good to see him come back. You don't want to see anybody end their career on an injury like that. So happy to see him hopefully completely healthy, and anxious to see what he'll do on the basketball floor this year.
Man, he can fill it up.
He can. Yeah.
Fake option. Blake Morgan fakes the option and sprints off to the right side for a touchdown for the Tigers, 20 yards out. So it looks like they were running an option to the left, and he fakes it and just turns around to the right and shoots the seam and scores. But that'll make it 56-14 with 2 minutes left to go.
Blake Morgan gets his name into the box score. And
yep.
It's a cousin to Dallas Morgan. Not quite built the same.
No.
Yeah, a little different.
Back to David Clute. Somebody asked me the other day, kind of what position or where he plays on the floor for basketball, and I just responded with wherever you need him to.
Yeah, point forward.
Point forward, yeah.
Kendrick for the 2-point conversion. They fake a handoff to Ryan Stewart, and Blake Morgan walks in again, getting hit kind of by Todd Roberts there at the end, but that'll make it 58-14 with 2 minutes left to go in the contest.
And I'm really interested to see where Kendrick kind of fits into the basketball hierarchy here in this 2A White Pine League, moving up from 1A. I mean, obviously Lapway is kind of the gold standard, right?
Yeah.
Even losing some iconic players like Case, why not? I mean, they're going to have athletes. They're going to be good.
Yeah.
Kamiah is going to be fantastic. Potlatch is still going to be really good.
Logos
right?
will be good.
Seamus Wilson.
It's the White Pine League. It's always good and competitive. I mean, there's no off days in the White Pine League.
No, it won't. It definitely won't be easy street for anybody in that league, in my opinion. And of course, Kendrick, without Nathan Twite, it's a big blow to your basketball team. And they got a lot of athletes. They've got kids that can step up and change some things, but they're still going to be right in that hunt. I'm pretty sure.
They don't play an easy schedule either. I've been looking at the schedule, and they play Sandpoint, Moscow, Lewiston, the Avista tournament. I mean, and the White Pine. I mean, those games aren't given either. So I mean, it's going to be a tough, challenging season for the Tigers.
Yeah, you're going to be forged through fire.
Yeah,
that's for sure. Yeah, the Avista tournament always right around the turn of the new year at Lewis and Clark State College. And this year, Lewiston hosting, they're calling it the Lewiston Showcase. A couple teams are coming down in early December, Sandpoint and Moscow.
And Nathan Kimmerling there kicks it out of the back of the end zone. So it'll be Kamiah's ball on the 20-yard line, 1st and 10.
2:01 to go, and I got to assume we're the last game of the night, guys.
I would think so, yeah.
I think so. Pretty late start. And
not to add more pressure, Ty, but this is probably, a lot of people are just
tuned in
here because it's
That's
the
okay.
last action.
Yeah.
If he doesn't do a very good job, he's used to getting made fun of, so it just runs right off his shoulders. He's used to it.
Looks like I think Landon Keene, number 45, will be back at quarterback for the Cubs. I'm not sure. Maybe it'll be Todd Roberts. I believe it is Todd Roberts.
Kid that does it all.
Yeah.
Yeah. This kind of maybe gives us a glimpse into what the future might look like.
Yep, little handoff. Gain of nothing, swallowed up right there at the line of scrimmage. That handoff was to Landon Keene, I believe, 45. Logan Keene. Sorry, I'm getting him and his older brother mixed up.
Like Ty said earlier, of course, it's hard to replace a Dave Clute, but looking at their roster, they bring back a lot of athletic kids, and I think Kamiah is going to be right in there to battle again for a state playoff berth again next year.
Yep. They hand it off to, looks like a lineman number, who is that?
74, Johnny Ross.
74.
Wow. And a lot of times when a longtime coach has that son graduate and go to the next level, we saw it at Prairie with Ryan Hasselstrom, right? Brody was playing college football, so he stepped away. But with Dave Clute playing basketball, Nels could still thread that needle where he coaches football and then could still watch Dave play most of the winter. So.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see if he's going to continue, or maybe that he is. I'm not sure.
I know nothing. So I
Todd Robert hands it off to Keene again for a gain of 1. It looks like it's going to be 4th and 10 now from the 20-yard line. 30 seconds left to go in the ball game.
I think a lot of people assume that, okay, your son's done, you're going to retire, but I'm just saying he could thread that needle if he still wanted to.
Yeah, no, he definitely could.
I guarantee the kids will want him back, too. I mean, I guarantee the kids love him.
Maybe one more play here, huh?
Yep, it looks like they're going to not run another play with 10 seconds left. Looks like Kendrick's going to advance to the semifinal game after beating Kamiah 58-14, so they will play Logos. We don't know when or where yet, but great job to the Cubs. Great season for the Cubs as well, and great job to the Kendrick Tigers this game.
In a real ironic twist, next week we'll play at Logos's field, just on the other side of the town, outside.
Yeah. I wouldn't put that out of the question, but I think the dome fits Logos's.
Yeah.
I think they're going to probably want to play in here as well too.
The only thing is U of I has a home game next week, so
that could change
they
things.
They don't usually let people play
that
on
could
those
change
weeks.
things.
Yeah.
I heard rumors about old Bengal Field, the grass field in Lewiston.
Really, the grass field?
Because they are starting more construction, building the booth and everything at
on the new field.
On the new field, so they kind of paused it for a while, but now they're back. So
okay, all right. Stay tuned, folks. Yep. It's going to be, like Ty said, date, time, location, nobody knows, but we know the matchups, the Final Four in 2A football. Butte County versus Hagerman, 1 versus 4, and it is a 2 versus 3, all chalk here. Logos and Kendrick next week. Buckle up. Those semifinals are going to be great.
Yeah.
All right, let's figure out our IdahoSports.com player of the game. It is presented by the Idaho Transportation Department, reminding you, whether you're on the road or on the field, to keep your head in the game. I like Orion Stewart. What do you guys think?
I can support that. He, like you said, he did a lot of small things. Sometimes those small things get overlooked, and they're important. So hats off to Sawyer Hewitt for a great game. But I'd give that to Orion.
I think Orion too. I mean, he created lots of havoc on the defensive side of the ball, and it kind of gets overshadowed by the offensive performance sometimes. But I think that was a great defensive performance by Orion Stewart tonight.
Yeah. All right, well, that'll do it for this IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of the 2024 Idaho High School Football Postseason, brought to you by Project Filter, Your Health Idaho, Ideal, Idaho's College Savings Program, Valleywide Cooperative, your local Toyota dealers, Dip Fusion Helmet Reconditioning, and the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. Big thanks to our local sponsors tonight as well. For Kendrick, CHS Primeland, Rivara Estate Vineyards and Winery, Phil's Family Foods, and the McGregor Company, also Kep Farms and Goat Breeding, Taylor Gravel, Ireland Drywall, and Teresa's Daycare, Heimgartner Farms, the Edge of Heaven Wedding and Event Center, George F. Barakis and Sons, Strom Electric, Bearable Dentistry, and North Idaho Crushing. And for Kamiah, CHS Primeland, IdahoRiverland.com, home of Idaho Country Properties and Kamiah Properties, the Itzayaya Casino in Kamiah, and Central Idaho Construction in Cloninger's Marketplace. Kendrick moving on to the semis. They defeat Kamiah 58-14, led by our IdahoSports.com player of the game, presented by the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. Our player of the game tonight, Ryan Stewart, a sack, a fumble recovery, and an interception for the Kendrick defense. Big thanks to all 4 teams involved in this doubleheader tonight, and the Kibbe Dome, always a great spot to call a game. And big thanks to both of you, Tim Silflo. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, no, I appreciate the opportunity and get a chance to do this some more. And yeah, no, we appreciate you and everything that Idaho Sports does. What a great thing you guys have done.
Ty Kep,
Yep.
have your agent get in contact with us. We want to put more on your plate.
Yep, no kidding. I would love that. I love doing this.
All right, that sounds good. For Ty Kep and for Tim Silflo, my name is Brandon Baney. Again, Kendrick wins 58-14 the final. Thanks for tuning in on IdahoSports.com.
Let's talk about.
Hello?
This year, help dreams come true with the Ideal Idaho 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits, ownership flexibility, Ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, K-12 education, and student loan repayment. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org if you would like to learn more.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com GameStreams. This broadcast is copyrighted to IdahoSports.com. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the